Oh, but how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I assume that means you're ready.
Great too. Oh yeah, I'm good to go. I thought
Oh,
we were already on. Do you not
no.
capture the like 10 minutes of crazy tech support in
No,
the
because
beginning?
sometimes that tech support can take like half an hour. Some of my
Yeah.
guests have no idea how OBS works, which is so
Oh,
weird to me. Like, how are you a streamer, but you don't know how the basic core software works? That boggles my mind. How
yeah.
that's like being like, oh, I play hockey, but I don't know how to use a stick. I don't know how to skate. What are you doing? Why are you streaming?
Yeah. They might be Slobs users, the Streamlabs OBS instead of the nice, beautiful Hot Rod OBS. Are you a Slobs user? Or do you
So
use
I'm going to
regular
tell you a
OBS?
story.
Okay.
Back in my day, I actually started with OBS. I went to
Okay.
Slobs because Slobs was easier. Streamlabs had so much integration into it. The Streamlabs was amazing, but then I was like, I miss a lot of the mods and the things that you could get, like the docs and stuff that OBS had. The things that you could get from like the forums there, and so I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to try and see what OBS looks like nowadays. Maybe it's better. And you know what the problem was? I
You just
installed
never set up
OBS.
OBS?
I ran OBS at the same time as Slobs, and they fought for drivers, which
Oh.
killed my filter on my mic. It dropped all of my video card drivers. Like everything was wrecked. I had to take Slobs out back and just old yeller it because it wouldn't
Yeah.
work properly because the two fought for the drivers and nobody won. And so at that
Yeah.
point, I was like, Slobs, you deleted all of my settings. You can get out of here. I'm going to go over to OBS, and I haven't looked back. However, I've seen this new Mend thing. Have you seen Mend?
I have not seen Men. No, I don't know what that is.
Apparently, Mend is the new OBS. It's supposedly
Okay.
really good. A lot of people are swearing by it and making the swap over, and I'm kind of interested.
All right. I
I
so
don't,
I Yeah, some background on me. So I
yeah,
used Slobs originally and still do for some of the like art setups and stuff because it's like on a laptop in my basement and I don't do a lot of fancy stuff with it, right? It's like just a webcam and good to
yeah.
go. Um, and then I switched over to OBS. Now, so the difference is Slobs is based off of OBS as far as I know, like the open source part of it.
Yes.
So is Mend the same thing where they've branched
I
OBS
don't,
and are
I
skimming
don't
on
know.
top of it, or is it okay?
It's a completely different UI as well. From what I saw, it has a lot more interactivity with like the APIs from Twitch and YouTube and Kick. It looks like it's
Yeah.
literally made by streamers for streamers. However, I
Okay.
haven't looked too much into it. I've just seen what people are saying on Twitter. So take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll put it on the list. Mend.
My
Might
question about
be
Mend
your
is, would it be ready for VTubers? Because I don't know what all
Hmm.
you need in the background
Yeah.
on OBS.
I mean, ultimately, yeah, I would think it would be. It's my if you look at my sources, it is just like a half a dozen of window captures that are streaming transparent things on top of each other. Usato, it's Mend. Yeah, MEND. But
No,
yeah.
it's Meld. It's Meld. I had it
Oh,
wrong.
is it Meld?
Yes.
Oh, never mind. My podcast host lied to me and made me look like a fool.
I'm sorry, it's
First
that
5
new. I
minutes.
don't know what it's called. Listen, I haven't looked into it too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So corrected live on air. That doesn't always feel good. Usually I'm right. Usually,
Yeah.
but today I'm wrong.
Also, wait, I have an etiquette question too. Are we to recognize and talk to the chat? Is that
we
kosher
can.
for
Yeah,
me?
that's not a problem.
Okay.
I mean,
All
it's
right.
technically showing up on the podcast
Yeah.
as well, so people can see it.
Okay.
I don't
right.
typically
I didn't
read
know if that would
every
be
single
confusing.
message for verbatim, but I definitely read,
Yeah.
acknowledge. I will type to chat typically so that I'm not,
Yep.
just reading and responding to everything. But YouTube doesn't
Yep.
typically care. They're fine with it.
Okay.
Further. They can add a bunch of cool questions and add to topics. And I actually really like that interactivity part. Now, that said, I don't have my sounders on. My chat can't make me annoyed. That's
Yep.
about it.
I have a lot of my things turned off. I am in, I think, mostly full control of my VTuber. Sometimes, well, there's a lot of ways I let chat interact with me to do horrific things to me and my VTuber avatar. But that is mostly all off. So
That's fair. We
yeah,
glazed over my introduction. I always like to
yeah,
introduce my guests. Guys, you might not know who Lord Gloom is. Lord Gloom is a cat tuber, I want to call them, even though I bet you're more of a VTuber. Clearly, cat tuber, a fellow team member of Team Moko, a terrible gamer, wonderful at boat game, though, from what I've seen.
yeah.
But all
I like
around
both
good
games.
guy. I've wanted to have Lord Gloom on the stream forever. However, he was all like, I want to be on part of the team before I come on the stream.
Yeah, because it's something to talk about for
All
one,
right.
and also, well, okay, and also, let me just say this: there was a period of time for, I'd say, about maybe 2 months where I had applied to Team Moko, and you would in your streams refer to me as fellow Team Moko member. And I didn't have the heart to correct you. I'm like, I'm just going to see if I can just get this in, and then it'll all be fine. But then you were like, hey, come on the podcast. I'm like, can we wait like a month and get that?
So the fun fact is, after you had said that you're not on the team and you were waiting,
Yeah,
I totally did reach out to Derek. I
yeah. Like,
specifically
did you?
threatened him, and I was like,
Uh,
"Listen, I need this guy on my podcast. Accept his resume already. Like this isn't hard. I can vouch for
you
the
killed
guy."
me.
And then he was like, I don't want to just push through one person. We have to go through
Yeah,
everybody." And I'm just like, I hate this. I
yeah,
hate this.
yeah.
But so
No, it's good. Five people joined up at the same time I did. So growing it out. I think they're at
I
like
don't know if it's 5 people signed
272
up. I feel like 5 people made it through.
or
Like the application
made it
process
through. Made
isn't
it through.
very
Yeah, yeah,
hard, but
yeah. That's
I do
right.
know people that have been held back because like they don't hang out with the Mokos, they're not a good fit,
Yeah,
whatever the case may be. So my question to you, since you wanted to talk about Team Moko, why did you join
yeah,
the team?
yeah. Absolutely. So I when I started streaming about a year or two ago, I was like, what would be my ideal stream team? Like if I got partner, what would I make my stream team like? And it was like at the time, my stream, we can get into more of this later, but like it was like all arts and crafts stuff. And I was like, it would be the perfect place for somebody who plays games and does art and and like can hang out, right? Like that
Yep.
perfect blend of variety entertainer. Because I mean, art is pretty hard on Twitch. People definitely come here for the games, I feel like, more. So there was definitely some balancing act to that. But I mean, Moko, it was the proof of concept that you can get people together like that and work and grow. Like that community is just amazing. Like they are all very supportive of each other. They come out and yeah, super cool.
Is that the only team you're a part of?
I am a part of one other one called VPD, which is VTuber PMC division. It's a more Tarkov related one. But
Okay. I'm
yeah,
sorry. I kind of went sexual in my head with those acronyms, so it's
it
okay.
might
All
stand
right.
for something sussy. I don't really know. But yeah.
But I assume you joined that because you happen to enjoy a certain Tarkov game.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Tarkov was one of I've been a Tarkov degen for the past 5 years. I think I have 6,000 some hours in the game. A good chunk of it streamed, but definitely not all of it. Yeah, really do love that game. Haven't played it in like 3 months though.
Why do you play
Yeah.
Tarkov? I've only heard of Tarkov being like swarmed with cheaters and hackers and all that.
Yeah. It's a unique game. It is a pain simulator. So Tarkov, I love the intensity of it. It is you risk everything and can get absolutely like crushed and lose everything, right? It's the intensity of it. There's like weird pacing issues that like no other game has ever given me. So you
What do you mean
you can
weird
go
pacing
like
issues?
so like in a raid, which is like you go in and play the
Mm-hmm.
game. The game is a raid.
Yep.
They're
Where
like
you
40
get the
minutes
goods and you
long.
get out.
Yeah. You might have 45 seconds of really intense active combat and a lot of nothing. A lot of just like sulking around, listening for audio cues, like hearing gunshots in the distance, like mentally tracking, like there's people over there. And then you hear gunshots again 30 seconds later and you're like, those people are moving in that direction, and kind of like building a mental map of everything. It's an intense game, and it's deep too. Like the weapons modification in that game is like crazy. There's like, I don't know, probably 20,000 attachments. And yeah, it's there's no game like it. I will say the only other game that has felt like that is just like the battle royale genre in general, that level of intensity. So PUBG, like PlayerUnknown's Battleground, that was the only other game that initially gave me like that kind of rush, that like you literally get like a survival, fight or flight response. Like I've gotten like really jittery adrenaline rushes from that game in a way you can't really describe, and I feel like would be similar to like actual combat to some degree.
Huh. I've never had that experience. The only time I've gotten like adrenaline from a video game, especially in like the past decade, is after beating a really hard boss like Millennia Blade of Miquella. That gave me adrenaline when I finally got her. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But no, I don't get it from shooters typically.
Yeah. Yeah, Tarkov is a very like jump scary game in that regard. Like there's a lot of like silence, and then it's just like boom, then the chaos happens and it kind of comes out of nowhere.
So I've never really been jump scared by games. What happens when a jump scare goes off for me? I hate it. I get it infuriated because it's loud and it's cheap, and it's just like, I don't want this in my ears. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Why can't jump scares be quieter?
Because that's part of that's why in a movie when they jump scare you, they do like a violin, like somebody's like thrashed on a violin, because the noise, like I think part of the art of the jump scare is sensory overload, right? Just hit everybody with every part of it as you can.
I don't get sensory overload. I just go, my ears hurt. Thank you very much. But I also don't have any fears or anything. Do you have fears?
Do I have fears? Well, okay, let me just tell the internet my fears. All right, let's work it down real quick. We'll make a list. Do I have fears? I mean, everybody has fear.
All right, so what about spiders in video games? Do you enjoy spiders in video games?
So I enjoy spiders now in real life. I used to be deadly arachnophobic. Used to be incredibly afraid of spiders, right? So, you want to know the turning point for me for spiders?
Did
like,
you get bitten by a spider?
No, I was driving my car in Pennsylvania here. Spider dropping down from my little rear view mirror. This was a small spider, a wimpy small spider. Freaked me out and almost crashed my car. And I was like, well, I'm not going to like. I was like, this was an irrational response. I like literally almost lost control of the car because I was so like, I need to get out of this car immediately. And then over the course of about a year, one of my other artsy hobbies that I've gotten into was macro photography.
Okay.
Which is incredibly detailed close up. And taking pictures of the spiders really helped when you're just, they just want to chill. They kind of don't care about you. Jumping spiders are incredibly cute. I actually really like jumping spiders. They're very chill, very intelligent.
I got to see a jumping spider eat a mosquito in front of me, and that's when we became best friends.
Yeah. Jumping spiders, they're phenomenal. They're colorful. They're very emotive. Really, really cool. Obviously, not all spiders are friendly-ish. Most, however, don't care about you. And like, I think it's more of a startle effect that you need to realize. It's like, okay, sure, it's like shocking that it's there, but like, it's not really going to hurt you ultimately. So
I feel like it's instinctual not to like spiders, kind of like not liking snakes, that sort of thing. But I'm not afraid of them. Like, I will let a spider walk on me. I don't care. I've had that done. I had a similar spider in the car incident, but I did not lose control. It was just more like, how adorable. You know, you could have been killed in any other car, but I was like,
Yeah.
roll down the window and you're out the window, which that was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Now he's killed outside the car because he flew out.
I don't think so, because
they're fine. Yeah.
have you seen how ants
light.
can survive like being dropped
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything? I feel like spiders are the
Yep.
same way. They're too light to be actually taking fall damage.
Yep.
Must be nice not to have fall damage, eh?
Yep, force is a function of weight, and yeah, if you don't weigh
Oh
anything,
God, are
you
we
don't
gonna
really-
get scientific now? Is that where we're going?
No, we can get scientific.
No,
I can bring
no,
up the charts.
that'll be the quickest way to lose everybody's interest ever.
Y'all want to talk about science for a while?
So, what other fears do you have? You had fears
Right.
of spiders that you got over by
I did
taking
have a
photos.
fear of spiders. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like common fears. I mean, I have anxiety about stuff in general. That
Why?
is like a fear. Why? Because I worry about a lot of things.
Why? It's all gonna happen
Yeah,
regardless.
Yeah, there is a little bit of that mentality that I try to center myself around. Is
Do you not believe in like fate or something?
I will say I like the idea of like a luck karma system being out there in the world somewhere. Like if you do good things, you're maybe a little luckier, or if you're, kind of a bad person, bad things happen to you, kind of a thing. That's kind of my realm in there.
But you don't think this is a simulation or anything?
No. Is this the thing you wanted to talk about? Are we in a simulation?
No, there's a lot of things I want to talk about.
Another thing? All right. Well, I
have a full post-it note of things I want to talk about. I drafted it up while I was at work.
Yeah. Yeah. So, no, I don't think we're in a simulation. I think we're here for a very short amount of time, and try to make the most of it. And which I will say is one of the like barriers to realizing anxiety is maybe a little bit silly sometimes, and you should just let things flow to some degree. But
so I'm gonna get deep here for a second. You don't think that things happen for a reason is what I'm getting at here. And it seems more like you like to romance the idea that we all make our own destiny. Is that where what I get?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
You think that you can make your own destiny? You think you're that powerful?
Yeah. I think you have control over things, and if you want to, get back to science again, your favorite topic, I think there's very small levers that you don't realize, you don't realize at the time you can pull them or do something, and then much, much later, it comes full circle. Have you ever had one of those, like, we'll call it like a flashbulb moment of like there was like a small choice that you made, and a couple years later you're like, oh, like if I didn't start doing this back then, I wouldn't be where I am today.
No, I don't think that's ever been factored into my mind. There's so many times where I swear, like, I have a guardian angel where like I've been in a couple car accidents, right? And just like by the grace of the ass hair, I wasn't killed, or like I was gonna fuck up something royally, but divine intervention came in and was like, nah, man, you're not gonna fuck up today. Here's the answer on a golden plate. And so I'm on the whole, I'm not in charge. Somebody else is looking over me because I am stupid as hell and I mess up a lot, and I would probably be dead if it was up to me. I would have pulled the wrong switches.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. No, I mean, I think ultimately though, it sounds like we have had very similar some of those life experiences of like I do consider myself a very fortunate, very lucky person in a lot of ways. Like, and again, I think that's where that like luck karma thing comes from.
You think like, it's a stat and not just like
I do. I think it's a little bit of a stat that you can level up. I have a book on my bookshelf called The Serendipity Mindset. And it goes through, it's written by doctors, but it talks about like how people who frame themselves as lucky tend to be luckier or have like a luckier output. And it's like, I don't know, just when I think about it, it's just it's interesting to me.
I don't I consider myself extremely lucky almost every day of every
Yeah.
moment because I do feel extremely lucky. I don't think it's a stat point to me though. To me, it seems
Yeah.
like I'm just along for a story. Like I'm not the main character or anything. I'm observing this whole chaotic mess, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, just observing it from afar, and kind of. I think we're more aligned than you think here. I think like
I
I do
don't think
think it
so.
is.
I think you're out here saying you make your own luck and I'm out here going, life's a ride. I'm gonna ride it while I can.
Yeah, but like that like mindset of wanting to like ride it while you can, that's a choice. I mean, there's a lot of people that they get into ruts and then just like they don't they just don't do anything with it. I don't know.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't know if I would fully agree with that mindset. I do think that there's a lot of really bad mindsets that'll get you stuck.
Yeah.
And I think that you can easily think your way out of a lot of things, or at least change your perspective.
Yeah,
But that's interesting. We got a little bit deep into the
we did.
perspective of Lord Gloom,
We
who has way
dove
too much
down.
anxiety because he thinks he can change his fate.
I
I
do.
I don't. So I have no anxiety because like I'm not in control. Yippee! I don't have to worry about
Yeah.
anything.
You're not an overthinker like I am. I
Ow.
previously struggled with like perfectionism. Have you ever do you
I'm a
consider
fan of
yourself
perfectionism. Yes, I feel like I'm
Yeah.
pretty close, but
And
I want to say the past 5 years I've stopped caring. I get close
yep.
enough and I move on.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, that's so I think the difference between well, we're pretty the same now where it's like get close enough. But before I would let it drive me in an anxious way of like it needs to be perfect. Like everyone's going to notice it. And I think actually this happens with artists a lot more. This might be something that resonates in the Moko community here of like, nobody's going to notice your like weird mistakes in your art, but you are too close and too attached to the thing. Like for example, you do crochet. If you
Mm-hmm.
miss, I'm going to use my crochet. If you miss an up stitch in your magic circle, nobody will notice but you. I don't think that's exactly right.
Oh
But
my god.
I tried. I made one. What are they called? The amiguris. It's a little tiny bee. It's my pride and joy. I did it once. It took me 8 hours. Did it on stream.
Huh. Um, would you like to know what the actual comment you're looking for
Yeah,
is?
let's go. Yeah, let's go.
It's not an up stitch, but it would be like
Yeah.
you make a mistake. Either it's too loose of a stitch, or you missed a stitch, or you skipped a stitch. Whatever it is,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna notice except for you. So don't point it out because otherwise they will notice and they'll hate
Yep.
you for it. Also, just hide it under the
Yeah.
rug.
Yeah. just hide it. And that, back to the art that I used to do a lot of, which was disc dyeing, you would occasionally get like bubbles of the dye didn't appear, and then like it didn't sublimate onto the plastic, and then you would cover it up. Like that was like one of the better skills you could develop is covering up your mistakes. So
I love that I'm going to break the fourth wall here and I'm going to totally
yeah, do
self
it.
promote myself on your stream as well.
Yeah.
I do know how to
Yeah.
crochet. I'm currently making
Yeah.
an anime figure by hand without any pattern for a charity incentive that I did. And this is for Dot Hacker. And so every Tuesday I do crochet. Well, as long as I don't feel like trash. I find that arts and craft streams are harder than like gaming streams or podcast streams.
Absolutely.
What is your opinion?
Absolutely.
Really?
1,000%. I mean,
Why?
like, again, I was probably 6 to 9 months of my original streaming career, whatever you want to call it. Not a career,
Yeah.
but hobby. Um, all I did was art. It was exhausting and honestly killed my drive to continue doing that art. So I had to stop and bring back the art for me. Where it's like my own personal thing where I kind of can't really like I share it out on special occasions, but
Yeah.
I don't try to do it on stream
Why?
because like so it's I think it's some of the pressure. As it's like it's maybe weirdly different with how disc golf dyeing works. I had a little bit of a better time with fluid art, like Floetrol acrylics and stuff like that, making like pori arts and stuff like that. There's so much downtime in like that kind of art where it's like I do the disc golf dyeing and then let my discs sit for 24 hours. It's like 10 minutes of like active prep and then what are we doing at this point? So it was hard to fill a block of I would only stream for probably about 2 or 3 hours in a time, and like after about an hour and 20 minutes it's like, cool, do you want to all watch me mix dye, like mix paint? It's like, no, that's not like particularly entertaining. And like I think it would work better now with my larger community and people just like hanging out and wanting to talk, but in the beginning it was like I don't know. People were like, "Oh, that's pretty." Like that was it. Like there wasn't much to comment on.
What do you disc golf dye? What? What is this?
All right, so you want to? Yeah, you probably need a primer on my extremely niche art that I do. So disc golf. Do you know what disc golf is? Let's start there. Or
I've opened a Firefox tab on my end, and I'm scrolling through some disc golf art.
Oh, so you're a newbie. You don't know anything.
I've played disc golf before, but I would never think about putting art on because that would throw off the frisbee so hard of weight that it would just be so weird. And then I'd be concerned about hitting a tree and like scratching the paints off.
Yeah, that's definitely a concern. People get wall hanger discs of like, you've made art too beautiful to throw, and it's like, no, please throw my art, because you can throw it and it'll get all messed up. However, EDGA, Pro Disc Golf Pro Disc Golf Association or whatever, you cannot, technically by their rules, you shouldn't be able to mark discs with a Sharpie. Like you wouldn't be able to color the front of a disc with a Sharpie because that adds a measurable amount of thickness to the disc, basically. Like the Sharpie.
But you can paint it?
No. You can dye it, because the dye particles, similar to like a tattoo, it doesn't add any perceptible thickness. You can't, once it's dyed, you can't scratch it off. Like you could like gouge it out, but like it's like a tattoo. It's under the surface of the disc. Basically, the interaction between the dye particles and the plastic, it makes like a soup, like a color paint soup, and then kind of rehardens and you're good to go. So it doesn't affect the weight in any meaningful way, which is why you're allowed to legally do it. And yeah, all that stuff.
This is crazy. How did you get into disc golf art?
So disc golfing in general blew up COVID times, right? For many different factors.
No, it didn't.
It's
not up here.
Yeah, it did. Well, it did here. So there were several forcing functions on why disc golf blew up COVID times. One, regular golf courses got crazy expensive because that's like the mainstream. Hey, we all kind of like can't be indoors together. We want to be able to like socially distance, whatever. Let's go outside and shoot, like play a sport, right? You're
this
outside,
isn't a
plenty
sport.
of open space. Golf is a sport.
Disc golf is not a sport. I'm sorry.
Disc golf is a sport.
No.
Disc golf is a sport.
That's like saying darts is a sport. No.
Okay.
No.
Well, Sam, would it surprise you to learn that I tore my rotator cuff playing disc golf? Do you get injuries like that not in sports?
Yeah. I played esports, which is not a sport, and I got a forearm tendonitis from it. That's not a sport.
Okay. Well, no, some would argue if you can get injured doing your activity, it would be a sport.
So is masturbation a sport?
Sure.
It's not. Oh my God.
I don't know.
And so
people are usually cheering at the end of it. I don't know. There's sometimes an audience.
So COVID came and happened, and disc golf was a thing that you took up, and you started making discs for it.
So started playing disc golf, right? So this is the evolution. Started playing disc golf, and then you follow disc golfers on Instagram and stuff, and then you see people are like, I got this cool custom dyed disc. Like, I want cool things. I want a disc that looks like a Pokemon Master Ball. Like, that looks cool. So then, yeah, that's the evolution. People always want to customize their stuff. That's like a thing. That's why you see cars that are,
Yes.
car wrapped. That's why you see, like, everyone wants a custom thing.
That's
And,
why video games loot boxes are so important.
Yes. Yeah. You need your cool skins, and the skins are, that's what disc golf dying is. Like my buddy loves Panda Express. One of the best things I ever gave to him for disc golf is the Panda Express logo on his disc. He loves it. Like, brings him so much joy. It's all about whimsy and bringing joy into people's lives.
How do you make a die that exact?
All right. So Cricut, or I think Silhouette is the other one. Basically any of those vinyl cutters, crafty vinyl cutters. So you can design a scalar vector graphic, an SVG file, put it into your vinyl cutter, cut out the vinyl design, and basically sticky it onto the disc. And then it's kind of a weird puzzle, because you have to, like, as you remove pieces of vinyl, you can then dye that area of the disc. So if the vinyl's touching the disc, you can't dye it. So it's almost like layer painting in that regard. And you have to go light colors to dark colors. It's pretty complex.
Me, ask simple question, expect simple answer. Lord Gloom, let me pull out this 5-page fucking essay. I've got a slideshow on testicular torsion to go along with this disc golf dying. Oh my God.
Have you ever seen the movie Groundhog Day?
Yes, I have. Who hasn't seen that?
I don't know. I love Groundhog Day. It's one of my favorite holidays. But the scene in the beginning with Bill Murray, one of his like early loops that he's in the bed and breakfast, and the lady hosting the bed and breakfast, she's like, "Oh, something about the weather," and he goes on for like a minute talking about the weather and like the pressure system. He's like, "Oh, did you want to talk about the weather, or just making chit chat?" One of my favorite lines of that movie. But that's me. We'll go deep into whatever you want. I have a breadth of knowledge.
Okay. Well, thank you for maybe somebody will know and enjoy that. I'm over here like, I don't understand any of this. I'm just going to assume you're doing some sort of surgery on the disc.
I'll DM you because it's not public. I have an hour and 30-minute disc golf color theory course I can send you.
Color theory?
YouTube. Yeah, on how to, because, okay. Yeah, no, I'm not going to tangent too hard. Here's the thing, though. You know how paints mix?
No.
Disc golf? You don't know how paint. All right. So anyway, you know
yes,
that.
I do.
Like, you know that yellow and blue make green? Do you understand that concept?
Yes, I got that, yes.
So with disc golf, dyeing, or with dyeing in general, you're always mixing the base color of the thing in with your pigments. So if you're doing blue and yellow, you're also doing white as well, or whatever the base color is. So if you're dyeing a pink disc, you are mixing blue, yellow, and pink, and you will get a weird muddy color. So being able to understand that is like pretty critical to be able to dye.
Why would you want a muddy color?
You wouldn't. So you would want to understand, you would think, oh, I want a green on this pink disc, and then you're essentially mixing green and pink, and you get a mudded out.
Oh, because the pink is already there. I thought you said you'd add it, but it's not that you're adding it in pre-existing.
Yeah. Because you can't change the color of the disc. Yeah, you can't bleach a disc white. That's another thing you can't do. Anyways,
why not?
Very complicated. Because it's plastic, and it doesn't change color like that. You can't dye something lighter. It's added. It's an additive color process.
Okay, I'll trust you on that. Okay. So any other arts and crafts, or is it just the disc dyeing?
So I've been doing Floetrol.
What the fuck is Floetrol?
So Floetrol is the brand name for a paint thinning additive that lets paint flow easier. And basically when you mix that with paint and oil, it'll like make like weird bubbles. It's kind of hard to explain.
That's not a hobby. That's not a craft.
No.
It's a chemical.
No. And then you apply and then you apply it to a canvas and make pretty art on it.
Why do you have such weird art styles? I mean, I'm
am. My hobby is collecting hobbies, Zam. We've
yeah,
talked about my
I've talked to several
macro-photography.
people that have so many hobbies, but this is like this
Yeah.
is some extreme hobbyism.
Yes, I will concur. Okay, I will concur. Disc golf is the weirdest one. The disc golf dying one is
that's not
rare.
that
Really?
extreme.
Yeah.
I thought it was just painting onto a disc. I feel like the mixing paint into bubbles might be more esoteric.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I just like to make pretty things. So we have that. Out of the scraps of that painting process, I've made a little bit of jewelry, like little keychains and stuff. I sold them during the Moco PP party last year. So yeah.
Do you sell much of your arts and crafts?
No, not really. I'll do like pop-up shops. Discs I did a lot. I would take private commissions. Like some guy wanted his buddy like loved the movie Godzilla, so he's like, I want Godzilla on a disc, and like so we had like a Godzilla silhouette and like a fiery background behind it. Anyways, like yeah, that kind of work, like commission work for disc dyeing, that did pretty well, and then that started slowing down just because disc golf started slowing down the past couple years as well. But yeah,
I wonder why, because that's a cheap and easy sport if you call it one.
So yes, however, if we talk about pricing art and the time, right, it is not cheap. Like that Godzilla commission was like $100, like, and that is a lot to pay for something you can lose in a lake if you're not throwing it particularly well, just because of the time. It took about 20 hours. Like it was an intense process of design and layer and like. Yeah, probably like, yeah, it was like 8 to 12 hours, like to do the whole thing. 20 hours of like some other prep work and stuff.
And you don't stream any of your arts and crafts. You just do video games.
Not anymore. Yeah, I found it. I don't know. Just my community didn't really jive with it. I kind of spun off. Like I did a lot of moderating for a couple people in the Tarkov community. And when I got my start streaming, a lot of those people came over and, just art wasn't their thing. So
that's so
I found much more success and growth in the Tarkov category. Tarkov category is a weird category in Twitch too, where it is very easy to grow and very easy to get some viewers.
Should I play Tarkov online?
Do it.
No,
I mean, like it is just kind of, yeah. No, it would make you angry, and I would never suggest Tarkov as a game. What do you mean?
I never get angry. I'm like the most coolest, calmest cucumber there is.
I will not say who it was, but we both know them. They said Zam reminds me a lot of the angry version of you. Yeah.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not angry at all. I've never been angry, not even single times. I'm neurotypical. Neurotypical,
never angry.
See, I find that so weird of a concept because for me, my crochet streams actually like double viewership of any video game I play, including like the cult classics like Oxygen included or RimWorld. My crafting streams do so well compared to gaming. And I hate that because I would love to do more gaming, but people love crafting.
Zam, can I get real with you on the Real Talk podcast?
All right, what are we real talking now?
I'm going to lean in real close to the microphone here.
All right, I can do that too.
Watch your crafting streams.
Yes.
And you make like 12 stitches an hour. They are just chatting streams for the most part sometimes. Just chatting does very, very well. I'm sorry to break this to you,
I am being directly attacked. This is like an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! And you just Dark Magician my hit points directly. I'm over here facing the Shadow Realm right now, and I can hear my health point counter. Ding! I am literally dying. How dare you attack me directly?
First of all, sir, how dare?
Wow, you're absolutely correct, and I'm not gonna lie, they're really good crafting streams.
Yeah,
I do 3 rounds in 3 hours. It's okay. It happens.
They're great. No, they're great, and I see. I think sometimes in gaming, depending on the game, it's also very hard to interact with chat. It feels like, I mean, there's a reason you see people like crocheting while watching TV. You could almost do it with your eyes closed. You have more attention. Yes, you could. You could.
No, I have to count when I crochet, and that's terrible. I'm bad at counting.
Isn't that why you put the little colored clippy things in?
No, that's to tell when a round starts and ends. I have to count to tell when I need to do a different stitch, like an increase or a decrease or a half double crochet or a slip stitch. Yeah. I need to count to know when I'm getting to those stitches.
Yeah, you do like a forehand or a hyzer. I can talk cool weird terms too. Those are disc golf terms. They're ridiculous.
Nobody's gonna know what those terms are.
Somebody, all right. If you're watching this on YouTube and you know what hyzer or anhyzer is, just spam it in the comments. It would make me happy. Just mansplain anhyzer to Zam.
Okay, I will accept any of those comments, but I'm going to tell you right now, I won't get any of them.
You should. If you do. Can you make a pact right now that you will favorite the comment?
Not only will I like and favorite, I'll actually respond and say, I don't know what this is.
Yeah. Okay, great. Sennheiser, that's audio, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know. I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, hyzer and anhyzer is the way that you hold the disc at an angle to do different things with it. It's very complicated. Everything I do is very complicated, Sam. Not simple.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't do simple.
You play a lot of games. I mean, I've seen you play tons, from boat game to RV game to Peak to all sorts of things. Most of them I seem to think that you play indie games. Would it be fair to say you're an indie gamer?
Yes, with the caveat of that is a stream adaptation. I usually, if left to my own devices and if I didn't stream, I play games very deep and very, very intensely. You'll see Lazy Bones in chat here. I do a lot of co-op streams with her. And it's like this new game, for example, No Rest for the Wicked, that we've been playing. I think
that you can't jump in.
You cannot jump in. It's so deep in that game. It's been basically the only game that I've played. And I will just no life a game until completion, basically. And then past completion. If I really, really like it, I'll just play it again. Left to my own devices. And that's actually kind of why I think I like games like Tarkov so much, where it's there is no end really to that game. So you can just kind of play it forever. You can play it for 6,000 hours. That's why I previously played a lot of shooters, like Call of Duty. It's there's no end to Call of Duty. You're just trying to improve your gameplay. So a lot of games like that. However, I do like indie games, and streaming has been a pleasant way of forcing myself to play more of the games that I like. There's very rarely a game where I go in and do not like the game, unless it makes me motion sick, and I get motion sick pretty easily.
Okay, so what was the last game you hated?
Hated?
Yeah, let's say you stopped playing it because you didn't like it.
It's usually I stop playing a game because I don't have time to play it anymore. I do fail out of games pretty quickly if I don't like them, but there's usually some redeeming qualities. Again, it's just if it makes me motion sick. Tedium, I'd say, or a disrespect for a player's time. That's honestly, and that's a big reason of why I've stopped playing Tarkov recently. That game doesn't respect a player's time. Like you
How?
go
Why?
to queue into
I've never played it aside from I've watched people
sure.
play it, and I think they're crazy because I hate the game style.
I mean, there's been days like where or streams where I will go manage my inventory for 3 hours, like
Yeah, but you're
because
just an
it's like
inventory goblin. You're a loot goblin. It's not hard
no,
to
it's
make an
everybody does
inventory.
it. They just normally do it like off stream. Well,
You're the
that and
kind
then
of
it's like
person who would play Minecraft
yeah.
and have a blue chest specifically for blue items and a green chest for green. I know your inventory management skills. You're crazy.
You've made an interesting assumption of how I build bases in most games, which is completely utilitarian and just put things down wherever they're convenient.
Oh, okay, so you do it my way, which is not even a problem. Why would you care about your inventory management? You don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
There's just a chest you dump everything in and you take it all out of there.
So I think that's the thing with Tarkov. You have to care about it because, like, to progress in the game, you need a bunch of random bullcrap, like cigarettes here and a drill here and an engine part here, and it's like you have to have everything, kind of a thing. It's kind of, yeah. It's a.
I don't believe
game.
you. I feel like you're a hoarder.
Now, also, I will say, okay, so here's more of the time comparison. There is an incredibly long queue system in Tarkov. You're generally waiting anywhere between 5 and 8 to sometimes 12 minutes for a match. And because of the way they've set up the spawns in that game, you can die and scrub out in like 30 seconds. Like some of the spawns can even see each other. So it's like you spawn in, and if you know where to look, you will see somebody run if they're running off spawn, like within seconds. So it's just like game design like that where it eventually annoys me. And it's like, okay, I can do something better with my time.
Okay. So you do mostly indies these days with the caveat if the game strikes you, you play it. What is a game that you're excited to play?
Excited to play?
Like that's coming out or a game you want to play next?
That I literally just started playing today. It's hot new, and I generally don't play the newest new games. I usually let them cook for like a week or two. But Mugenics on brand.
Is it good?
Cat. It's the cat breeding simulator game. Yeah, it's a tactical combat game similar to like XCOM or something like that. Much more simplified. It's made by the Binding of Isaac devs, so it's kind of got that like gritty, gross art style feel to it. And yeah,
would I enjoy it?
I think you would, honestly. Yeah.
What about the game you're going to play next?
Yeah, the game I'm going to play tomorrow is No Rest for the Wicked, and then after that, I'm going to play Bloodborne for the first time. I've never played Bloodborne.
Do you play Souls-like games?
No Rest for the Wicked was the first. Actually, kind of.
That's not a Souls-like game, though.
It is. Oh, it is.
No,
it has Souls.
It's an action RPG.
A little bit.
Yeah,
an RPG that has some Soulsy mechanics.
What are the Soulsy mechanics in it? I've not seen a single Soulsy mechanic at all.
So like there's fog walls when you go into the boss fight. You can't heal for forever. You get a limited amount of heals. There's block parrying mechanics.
That just sounds like literally how the ARPGs are these days.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I am not the best one to describe because I truly have. So Bloodborne will be my first, I will call it tried and true traditional Souls games. So I will have a better understanding of where those similarities lie after I play Bloodborne. But
why are you starting with Bloodborne?
I didn't understand. I played Bloodborne on the PS4 when it came out.
I thought you said you never played them.
No. So this is part of the funny story. So I got into the game. I didn't understand what Souls-like games were. Like I didn't understand them. You fight a werewolf very, very early in Bloodborne. And I was like, oh, I understood it was a Souls-like game and they're supposed to be hard. And I was like, okay, I need to go beat this werewolf to death. And so with my fists and nothing else, had to try to punch this werewolf to death, right? and then you die, and then it sends you to, I think, the place where it's supposed to like upgrade you, but I didn't get that far. I I immediately teleported back and went and fought the werewolf again and fought it for about an hour until I was able to beat it without any weapons. And I was like, wow, these games are intense. And I just didn't understand that you were supposed to like get a weapon upgrade and then that makes the fight significantly easier. And then I just kind of stopped playing it because I was very annoyed and hadn't touched it in like 10 years.
So I played Elden Ring as my first Souls-like game.
Nice.
The first boss, I died because chat ruined the experience for me. They did a dance emote thing, so I had to dance in the middle of a boss fight. You only get one attempt at it. Okay, not true. You can come back later. Anyways, you get one attempt to teleport you to the regular world. I got to the first story boss, and I, having never played a Souls-like game before ever, I went in and I fought this boss, and I'm like, I'm going to learn how to play these games. I'm going to fight this boss over and over and over and over and over and over until I learn how to play these kind of games. And eventually I went into the boss naked with a weapon, and I killed him after like 500 deaths. More than an hour, because I was like, okay, I'm starting to learn. And I kept taking more and more armor off because I wanted to be faster. I needed to be faster. I'm not dodging fast enough. And so I went in pretty much same story. I almost took my weapon off to fist the guy to death, but I knew I needed a weapon, big damage.
Yeah.
So I'm in the same boat, but I liked it. I
Yeah.
liked the grind, so I went further.
So I liked it too, but then was like, I don't know. I was just annoyed with myself at the time. And I was like, all right, well, and then I let it sit. And I dabbled into a few other ones, but never, I think Ghost of Tsushima is one. And that was mainly, I was like, oh, this game like looks really cool, but like I didn't play it more than like an hour or two. I don't know. I find it really hard to play. Like I want to play Clair Obscura. I know we've talked about this before. Those I generally bounce off those games. I don't know what it is. Like
I would have been bounced off this game if I wasn't streaming it and if it didn't win Game of the Year. There had to be something to it, so I stuck with it. I'm glad I did. The last 4 hours of the game redeemed the game, in my opinion, but it's 40 hours to get to the good stuff.
Sure, yeah. And that's my biggest like trope annoyance with any media. The just watch 12 episodes and then it gets good. The just read the first book and then the rest in the series are fine. It comes back to that, like, be respectful of the time. And I think in a lot of those games, Souls game, maybe not so much in Souls games, but like very long like JRPG style tutorials where it's like your tutorial might be like 4-5 hours long.
Boy,
I'm just like, I just can't. It's too much. Like even if you're just trickle feeding me the stuff in there, it's just I usually just bounce off of it, and it's like, all right, well, I don't want to learn anymore.
That's one of the things I liked about Elder Scrolls Elden Ring over Clair Obscur is you had one really main tree, and you didn't have, in the case of Clair Obscur, 5 or 6 characters that you had to learn. Every skill tree was different. Every mechanic for every character was different. I get if you play it and you go really deep into it, like you probably would, you'd probably enjoy it. But for me coming in as a non-Euro spicy regular gamer coming in and going, this is too much. I'm just going to learn 3 and only ever use 3. It was bad.
Did you ever play Path of Exile, like the first one? Probably.
No, I stopped playing ARPGs back at Diablo 3 when I wasted my time.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And I will never do another hardcore character on a Blizzard game ever again.
Oh, I want to hear that in a second because I got a hardcore Diablo 2 death at some point. But anyways, PoE has like this like skill orb tree that's like 1,200 nodes deep.
Yeah, I've seen the skill tree. Like, that's scary.
Yeah, it's like so I generally don't like looking up stuff for games. Like if the game requires me to like, here, if you want to do this thing, you have to spend these 900 points in this way. And like, there's very little flex room to like do other things if you want to get it to work. So like that generally annoys me. And I feel like a lot of like JRPGs come into that trap too, where it's like you kind of can't spend your points the way in like an organic way. You have to absorb the entire skill tree, know what you want to go for, or you're just never going to get to the cool stuff. And that annoys me. So I generally don't do that.
That's fair. I get that. I don't like games that I have to know the whole skill tree, especially as a streamer. There's no shot I'm going to make that entertaining reading all that.
Yeah, exactly. How'd your hardcore character die?
Do you know Diablo 3?
Yes, I played Diablo 3. My hardcore character died in Diablo 2, and Diablo 2 was the Diablo game I played much more of.
Did you play the DLC, the expansion, the Reaper Souls or whatever it was?
Probably, yeah, but I don't recall it.
Okay.
I think I played that for a couple years.
Let me build up the tension here. So there's a situation where I love playing a barbarian. Barbarian's the class. They're always the best. They're strong. They have a big weapon. They hit things. I like big stick go bonk. So I'm playing a barbarian, and, you know, I happen to enjoy it. There's some skills in Diablo 3 that I kind of thought were cheatsy doodle, but I invested in one anyways, which was if you die, you don't actually die, but it has like a 2-minute cooldown. So if you die within 2 minutes twice, your hardcore character gets deleted. So you don't immediately lose right off the bat. I think that's cheatsy doodle, but I took it anyways. And for the Reaper Souls DLC, I thought I was cool, clever, calm. I was over-leveled for my area. I'm going to go kill the boss so I can go up in a difficulty. Now, if you guys know the Reapers of Soul DLC, there's a section where you take a battering ram to Death's Door, and you're battering the door in so that you can go and fight the Lord of Death, Baal or whatever his name is. I don't remember. I don't care.
Yeah.
On that battering ram, which is approximately 4 tiles by 8 tiles, I am fighting a boss. And this boss had the worst combos ever. We're talking lightning and arcane enchantment.
It's always lightning, isn't it?
Chain lightning's going all over this platform. And because it's so small, every single arcane orb literally would slice you and dice you. Like, there's no room to dodge. You can't move. So I'm fighting this thing. I'm not doing enough damage. I die. I'm still fighting this thing with my brand new health, and he kills me a second time, and the ram is still going. And it's still going, and it's like my character just got deleted because of poor level design. It's great for story, but it was such shit for a hardcore character to be trapped in an area that you can't tell and portal out of, and you're stuck fighting the worst combo of enemy. Because of that, I died. So I re-rolled another character immediately after. Another barbarian. Let's go. Let's do it again. There's no shot they're going to give me 2 bad bosses in a row, right? I can do it this time. I got to level 30, and the servers went down. And I loaded in to bring my character back up, and I died because Blizzard servers went to shit.
No.
I will never play a single Blizzard game hardcore ever again because I cannot trust their servers. I cannot trust their connections. Blizzard is so bad at that with a hardcore character, you could just blip and you're done. I hate it. I hate it. I'm not doing it. Not with Blizzard.
Yeah. It's incredibly, I mean, I feel like hardcore characters kind of go out like that in general. Like the boss fight, it is annoying that you couldn't escape from the boss fight, right? Like you said, you couldn't TP out, but like I think that is like a weird skill in hardcore. So like how my hardcore level 93 Diablo 2 Amazon died is I opened a little urn and there was a chance for elite mobs to come out of the urn. The elite mobs have the random prefixes and suffixes. Got damage reflect and lightning bolt and instantly killed myself. Just one shot, hit the thing, took like half health, and then the little trickly lightning bolts came out. Those lightning bolts are like, terrible. Well, I was like, well, it's like because and the other thing people might not know, lightning bolt, the lightning mechanic in Diablo is like 1 or 10,000 damage. It's the widest range of elemental effects, so it's just like if it was the average case, maybe I lived, but I think they all high rolled. It was just like, all right, well, I'm dead.
So I never played
another adrenaline rush situation, by the way.
I was not adrenaline rush. I was just fucking upset.
yeah.
I was like, this is so stupid. Frick Blizzard
I felt
for
like I was
inventing
about
this
to
area.
get a nosebleed. Like it was also like 2 a.m. at the time. And, yeah.
I've never played Diablo 4. I hated the story for Diablo 3. It really ruined the entire series. The second spoiler alert, they killed Deckard Cain.
Yeah. Yeah.
They shouldn't
Poor
have.
Deckard. Yeah.
Especially in the way that they killed him, to be like, oh, he died, but now he has a daughter who replaced him. Yay.
Yeah.
And then
4 was okay for like I did one playthrough of it. I didn't really like do the nightmare modes or hell modes or something. I just kind of played normal main story and it was fine.
I don't know. I don't trust Blizzard as a developer. I've stopped caring about a lot of their games and their updates, especially with the Overwatch kerfuffle.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to play new Overwatch 2 in parentheses with a strikeout through it.
With new PvP. Oh wait, sorry, I meant PvE. Oh wait, no, I didn't at all.
Oh, the original Overwatch. I played a lot of Overwatch.
So did
1, I guess. And when they said what they were like, I hadn't had touched the game for probably about a year or something. When they're like, "Oh, we're doing Overwatch 2 now," and I was like, wow, are you never going to capture me back? Like, it makes no sense on a game like that to.
And that's when they killed all of their esports as well, because nobody wanted to watch Overwatch 1. They wanted to get to Overwatch 2, and they took too long coming out with Overwatch 2 that their esports just dried up. Nobody gave a shit. They killed their own esports. They also killed StarCraft to come out with Overwatch. And I'm sorry, I'm a big StarCraft guy. And that was pathetic to hear that they basically just butchered everything. Blizzard's fallen so far.
Fall so far. Doesn't even matter.
That's not the lyrics. That
it's
my
like
goodness.
kind of the lyrics though.
Not even
I'm not
close.
good at singing. It was like, if you get the MCA striked, I apologize.
No, I don't think I'll get DMCA striked. I think this will definitely not be monetized because I brought up some spicier topics that I try not to because this goes on YouTube. But a non-spicy topic. Yeah. The elephant in the room. You are a cat tuber.
Yes, you've noticed.
Why?
Okay. I actually have a pretty good answer for this. I heard an interview with, it was either I think it was Deadmau5 once. And he was talking about why he wears a mask on stage, right? He has big mouse thing. And it was basically like, if you're not comfortable doing something, just put on a mask and do it anyways. Like, I think I actually differ a lot from, I think a lot of my VTube peers, where they have like characters and stories and stuff like that. I consider this guy more of like a puppet. And it's like, you're mainly getting me, and I'm just personified as a cat. Just because, like, for a couple of reasons. One, anonymity things. Like, I mean, you hear creepy stories of people getting into situations on the internet, and like, I don't know, people are nosy on the internet, like more nosy than they'd want to be. So
I feel like that's only for the women's. My worst stalker stories all come from World of Warcraft, not from streaming. Yeah.
Well, either way, I think there's something to be said there. I think there's like some, hate to bring it up, but like the AI garbage that's been going around where it's like, I don't want to be facially processed and amalgamated with a bunch of my voice like out there on the internet as well, like linked together. There's some creepy things you could do.
Bro,
with that.
You can live infamously by being turned into AI. I would love it. I would love if my voice became the typical of AI. To hear it everywhere, everybody has to hear my voice. I would die happy knowing that I'm the voice of AI or the face of AI.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Now, could they do weird things with it? Sure, but that's not me. That ain't me. That's the AI.
Yeah. I think the other thing too is like you can also just like do anything you want with your VTuber model, right? Like
I can do anything I want with my real life model. I have a hoodie on the floor.
You can't do you could wear a hoodie.
I could wear a hoodie. I could take
Yeah,
my
you can wear
jersey
a
off and
cowboy
be in his
hat.
shirt. I have a cowboy
Yeah.
hat. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you can mix around. Like, I don't know. There's some fun chat interaction things. Like, I can have people throw stuff at me and stuff like that. Like, and
People
I
could throw
know
stuff at me too.
they could. There's ping pong ball launchers and stuff like that. I've seen it. It's crept into the here. This is a technical VTuber term, the flesh tuber space. That's what you are. You're a flesh tuber. I'm a VTuber.
Yes, I get it.
How does that turn? Yeah. How does that
That
term?
doesn't affect me at all. I'm not
No.
neurospicy. I am normal.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine being a walking hot dog. I often refer to people as flesh tubers or boob tubers or cat tubers. I just put whatever they are in front of tuber, and that's what it is.
In the tuber. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, yeah, just I like cats. I don't know. It was fun to have a cat avatar.
Why a cat avatar instead of like a bird or a dog or a shovel or a sheep?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I played Tarkov and I was a peanut, burnt peanut is very popular. Tarkov VTuber. It's yeah. I don't know. Just like the cat. It's a part of it was I made my original thing. So I started off as what's called a PNG tuber, which is like you just have 2 frames. It's like you're basically frozen, mouth closed, and then when you talk, your mouth opens up. Made all that in like Canva with like free assets and stuff like that, and then it's just kind of evolved over time to where we have a fully rigged model where I can like twist my head around, lean in and out. I can stick my tongue out. That
I could do all of that.
fun. Yeah,
I could probably do it better.
Maybe. Can you turn into a monstrosity? Do you want to see my weird form?
Some would say I'm already a monstrosity.
Yeah. This is our this is our long boy.
So
He's got a big tongue. So you can kind of do anything. I don't know. It feels more, I don't know, more fun, more interactive. It's like it's
I don't
another
know.
toggle.
I'm going to disagree with that. I don't think it's fun and more
Yeah.
interactive. I feel like it's very restrictive because there's only so many things your puppet can do, and also that it kind of disjoints people because they know it's a puppet.
Yeah. And it is kind of funny because like I'll do we'll call it like real life stuff. Like I'll do cooking and stuff on stream. Obviously I'm not wearing like little gloved cat paws. You can see my arms.
Spicy.
Like, yeah. I know. Sweat the whole arm. But it's just like, yeah, I don't know.
You don't know, but you do it because you don't like having your face out there?
Yeah, and I think it is like more of a privacy anonymity thing. Which, like, I mean, that being said, you know, I've streamed with my face cam before. I don't know. It's just like as I was growing, it just feel more comfortable not having people being nosy in my business if they need to be. So,
huh? Okay,
Yeah.
but you said you have no lore for the cat at all.
I mean, chat creates lore, and it's not really for the cat. Again, it's for me. I don't think of the cat as like an entity, right? It's not like this cat has been through something, right?
Isn't it one of those things from the SCP containment labs?
No.
Not even the long boy version?
No, the long boy version. I don't know. We could establish some lore, but we can have people throw Swedish fish and stuff at me. So like, I don't know, there's some sort of candy vibe, I guess. But yeah, there's not lore. Like, and again, this is where I differ from, I feel like a lot of my VTuber colleagues. It's like they all have stories and like personalities and stuff like that. And like, this is mainly just me talking through a cat. Like, I don't know.
Would you recommend people VTube?
I think it's a good. So, I would 100% recommend it over no cam, no nothing.
Okay.
1000%.
Yes, I would agree.
I think chat needs something. I think when you get to the level of my model, like this model is still is pretty expressive. Like you can see, like my eyebrows went up. I'm like looking excited. I like ultimately people resonate with faces, right? Like so even if you have, you know, what's that face? People like looking at faces, right? Like it is part of the communication structure. I
Yeah.
can see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Go on.
you need to have
Mm-hmm.
something. You can see
Mm-hmm.
when I'm grinning like an idiot and
Mm-hmm.
talking here because we're talking. But like,
You can also
yeah,
hear it in your voice though, because your voice changes when you are smiling and when you're frowning.
yeah, yeah, that is
But
true.
I will fully agree that anything is better than nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
I would
think
also argue that VTubers are better if you toss boobs on it, which like, why don't you have boobs on your cat?
yeah, I don't know.
You could even
Yeah.
go like full realistic where you have 6 boobs. How many boobs do cats have?
Gosh, I think it's 6. Yeah, I don't know. I
Okay.
haven't counted.
Well, next time you count, let me know. Let me know.
Dude, yeah, I'll give them a redeem for like a atomically accurate cat, and then I'll get banned off Twitch forever.
Biblically accurate cat.
Yeah. So actually, I'm thinking about it more. It like, I mean, you might have seen me jostle around there. I am pretty sensitive, and this was at like at my day job too.
Don't use the word sensitive after we talk about boobs. That's really weird.
Yeah,
that's
my
some
my boobs are really sensitive. No, the when COVID stuff happened and like a lot of people were doing more remote work stuff, I was pretty I was getting exhausted from being on camera all the time. It is like to me very like keeping like yourself like postured, not like looking weird, you know, like I don't know, it like there's a certain amount of being on that I find very exhausting. That when I have like the camera, which is scanning my facial expressions, it's a different disconnect.
Okay. You're just
like laying down.
You have a terrible brain. My brain does not see things that way.
I'm telling you, a lot of people find being on camera exhausting.
Okay, it will make you tired. Absolutely. Doing a stream will always make you tired, but I feel like it's because you're actually putting energy out instead of just lounging around and relaxing.
Yeah. Do you have lights on your setup? Like do you have a face cam light, like a ring light and stuff? I don't know how light. I had in where I streamed. Yeah. No, I meant do you have
many lights?
Yeah. Do you have a bright light shining in your face?
I find have many bright lights shining in my face. I have 2 to my right in case I ever use my standing desk. I have 1 to my left to counter the light. I have 2 lights behind me as well, a blue and a red one. It's not exhausting. I don't acknowledge those lights exist, but I don't look at them. That's like saying, oh, isn't it exhausting to have the sun on? It's a light.
Maybe.
It's not. No, what do you mean?
No, it's something about like I don't know, like this is maybe my like thinking about stuff way too hard stuff and like perfectionism and like wanting to like put out like my best face at all time. Like, are you not worried, Zam, that you'll accidentally pick your nose or something on stream and then people would make fun of you? I don't do that in general, but I could right now. I could, if I wanted to, I could stick my finger in my nose right now. Maybe I am, because maybe it's not. Maybe I have 2 in my nose right now. I didn't. I was closing my nose. However,
somebody didn't watch last week's episode where I brought up the snock.
The schnock? Yeah.
The snock.
It's my tongue. What's the schnock?
Oh god, we're going into it again. So I use socks.
Explain the snock to me.
And once I've done using the socks,
do you have a tissue snock? No, I don't want to hear any more of this. I think I know where this is going.
So I take my socks off, and if it's good enough for my feet, it's good enough for my nose. And so, like,
that's not how that works.
Yes, it is.
Nose foot fungus.
I don't get foot. You're blowing your nose. You're not breathing the fungus in. Chat has watched me use the snock several times on stream. I have no shame. I have no remorse. You know.
Yeah.
And that's one of the best parts about being a streamer is that I could do all this stupid stuff to become famous, but I don't because it's a lot of work. I'm lazy.
Yeah.
I could wear no pants all the time. Like nobody ever sees below my torso. I wear pants anyways because I don't want to be a doofus and get banned irresponsibly. Plus it's cold in Canada.
Yeah.
So I don't have shame. It's not a problem for me.
On the apparel. Do you like your stream uniform? I mean, obviously you wear it.
I don't have a stream uniform.
Well, you know, I would argue you're wearing the same thing almost every single time I see you stream.
To be fair, it's on my floor. I sit down to stream, and it's literally right there. And so I would I would bend over, I pick it up, and I got another jersey.
Oh, there's two. Holy crap! There's two of them.
My god!
My version's broken. How many of these are there?
There's first off, this is a Kippersoft jersey. That's a Conroy jersey. But
I mean, it's a red jersey with a the Calgary Flying.
The Calgary Flames, yes.
Yeah, sure. There's two. How many?
But this is not my stream uniform. I wear hoodies. I went through this whole thing of trying to find the perfect hoodie so I could get the perfect merch store. So I went through all of my friends and I bought a hoodie from their store, and there's a lot of really bad hoodies out there. And then I ended up picking the best hoodie, and that was through Streamlabs. Then they lost that hoodie manufacturer, which is Champion, by the way. And that went over to Foursquare, Fourspace, whatever it is. And so I moved over there with my merch store. But I bought several jerseys, so I wear those on stream, not only because they're comfy, not only because they hide my fat, not only because it's supporting streamers and showing, you know, other people that I like, but it's also easier than being like, what kind of shirt do I wear today? I could just toss it on, I'm good to go.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
I don't have a uniform is what I'm trying to say. Even during the summer, I go to button-up shirts.
My mind is blown that you have two. How many do you... Wait, are there more than two?
I also have a white one. Does the white one count?
Okay.
I also have teal ones.
Is that Toronto? Wait, what are all the Canadian... Edmonton Oilers? Is that one of them?
Why do they have to be Canadian?
I don't know. You going to wear a Flyers jersey?
No.
Go orange? Do you follow? Okay, let me ask you this. So I just started getting into F1. Do you follow players? Is that how hockey players engage with the sport? So like I know that's a thing in F1 where it's like they like drivers, and if their guy goes somewhere else, they kind of.
So allow me to tell you the story of why I was retarded as a kid.
Okay.
It started when I was young. I was born at a young age anyways. So I was delivering newspapers as one of my jobs as a little kid. And I delivered newspapers to my favorite hockey player, which was Theo Fleury. He was a Calgary Flames at the time. He's also got into a lot of weird controversies later in life. But I delivered newspapers to him. I got to talk to him often, and I was like a fan of his. And then he was getting traded, so he was selling his house, and I knew this because I delivered newspapers to him. And part of the news, of the trade news, was that he was going to San Jose. So I asked Santa for a San Jose jersey for Christmas. He did not go to San Jose. He was traded to like the Rangers or something. But I still got a San Jose jersey for Christmas. And at that point, I stopped following players, and I cheered for the Sharks because it's the only jersey I had.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've swapped to the home team since COVID because like both teams suck, and I've stopped caring about sports since COVID.
Sure. Yeah. Yep. Oh.
That's the background of why I was a Sharks fan. And I wear these jerseys, by the way, because they're dirt cheap. I get the counterfeit ones from China. Don't tell anyone.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I was
going to say $30 in China, in Canadian dollars even.
Yeah.
If you go to a store like 200.
Yeah. Yep. I have a couple of Eagles jerseys, and they are pricey. Yeah, in $200 range.
Yeah.
Which so again, like if you get like a player that you like, and then they get traded or whatever. That's why I generally don't buy jerseys of like highly traded players. They're also kind of not my favorite players. I had a Jason Kelsey jersey. He was the center for the Eagles for like 14 years or something like that. Like,
Yeah, but if they get traded, they go on the Chinese like knockoff market super
yeah,
quick, super cheap.
yeah. All right. Top
So
tips.
hot tips from Zam. Plus, jerseys are amazing because not only are they breathable, they're nice and warm during winter. They're breathable during like the spring and fall, so you can wear them that time. But they also hide sweat stains. You don't get sweat stains as a VTuber, but like when you have two computers and it's 30 degrees ambient temperature, the office gets super goddamn hot and I start sweating buckets and I hate streaming during summer because of it.
Yeah. I guess my question to that as a VTuber is why don't you just take your shirt off then at that point? Because I mean, I could do that.
There's a lot of terms of service problems that I would have on that one.
Yeah. But I think if you just tastefully put a hot tub somewhere in your stream room, I think you're good. Is that how that
my
works?
chat would love that, but I would not be down for that. Because unfortunately, unlike what chat said, I am fat. I have man boobs. I don't want to be out here, you know, playing a video game so hard that my man boobs are jiggling and then I get banned.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Well.
So
you win some, you lose some.
So you never really said if you would recommend being a VTuber.
Oh, well, I said I would recommend it over nothing. And then, and I would also recommend it if being, so it's like, okay, here's your flow chart. Do you want to attempt streaming? Yes or no?
Yes.
And then if it's yes, do you want to be like, do you want to have a webcam? Do you want to be on your thing? Like, that's like the happy path. I feel like a lot of people try do that. Right. But if for whatever reason you're like, no, then yeah, try out VTuber, PingTuber. Cause I think the option of nothing is past there.
So are you on team people should start streaming?
Start streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here's, I guess, where I would frame that. I think be realistic. Like, I stream as a hobby. I don't try to stream as a full-time job. I never want this to be my full-time job. So if you want to like meet people, network, hang out, make friends, yeah, it's decent place to go. It takes work.
Nope.
It's not.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
No,
I'm on team. You shouldn't start streaming. If you aren't already a streamer, I don't think that you're going to make it big because I feel like streaming, especially Twitch, is dying off. And I usually go into videos instead of streaming.
Yeah. Like video content creation.
Yeah. But that's not a VTuber kind of situation.
No,
it's a completely different ball game. But I feel like video is the way to go because streaming is not only oversaturated, but like if you look at a lot of the statistics for Twitch, even Kick, the numbers are down. There's so many different controversies. Like it's not worth getting into unless you have a significant passion and are willing to suffer through failure to get even a modicum of success.
Yeah. Isn't that, would you not agree that's most hobbies that you get into?
No, most hobbies, I just do it for the love of the game. Like, there's no reason I would go into, say, racquetball and say, all right, I'm going to make some money. I'm going to become a racquetballist. I'm going to be semi-pro in 2 years. I'm going to get partnered. I'm going to get sponsorships. It's going to be cool. No, I play racquetball because I want to hit ball with stick.
Yeah.
So I don't think it. I feel like a lot of people are not cut out to be streamers, and they not only waste time but energy and money on trying to be a streamer just to find out they don't like it.
Yeah, and I think the success growth trajectory is very rough. Again, like I very fortunate got kickstarted by like a bunch of different Tarkov community people coming over and hanging out. Tarkov category, I think, again, is like a really interesting, unique category on Twitch where like people are weirdly interconnected and like do a lot of like more cross supporting than in other games and other genres. Like if you think about like how you get organic growth in like if I do variety and I'm streaming, let's say I stream Oxygen Not Included. That's not like a cooperative in game. So like my chance for growth in that category is I either raid out to somebody and they shout me out and I get a couple followers and then people check me out, or somebody raids in within the category, or somebody randomly looks around in Oxygen Not Included, which is like, again, like a more of a personalized solo experience. And it's like a game that doesn't like flow, like you're going in and it's like, oh, well, this person's base is like already set up, versus like Tarkov or other like multiplayer games where it's like, okay, I can understand what's happening in 40-minute chunks, and then it kind of resets and they can get a better idea. Does that make sense?
I'm gonna disagree with you. I find a lot
Yeah.
of success in the Oxygen Not Included, and usually it's not the people come in and see, oh, the base is done, move on. It's because people like to see how you built your base, what your thought process is. There's a lot of benefits to it. I feel like you rid off Oxygen Not Included very quickly.
No,
However,
I've never played the game. I've never played the game. I just knew it was a.
Oh, okay. So you're just
no,
trashing Oxygen Not Included for no reason.
No, I'm not. Okay, I could love Oxygen Not Included. I think the core of what we're talking about here, though, and you hit on it with Oxygen Not Included, is what Derek just brought up there, which is people like games where they can learn or ask questions. Even in No Rest for the Wicked, for example, we've had people come in and just be like, hey, how are you doing this stuff? Like, what's your build like? Like
I could see that, but I feel like you focused on a specific type of viewer. There's so many different types of viewers. I mean, there's people out there that watch booby streamers, and I'm one of them, let's be honest. But there is different stuff on Twitch for different viewers. That's why everybody will find success in whatever category, as long as you put the time and effort in, you care, you actually are somewhat talented or intelligent, you can succeed on Twitch. But nobody wants to put that effort in, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, nothing great comes for free. You have to put in the effort, whether that's like stream improvement. And again, that's something you can do with a VTuber avatar over time as well. Like I started off with a crappy 2-frame avatar. I've put a lot of investment into making this better, more entertaining, the more ways chat can interact with me, and like setting up all of that stuff. It's not plug and play. There's a lot of,
but I started with a really small shitty C90 920 camera, and I upgraded to two different, an XLR and a mirrorless. But I did
First
my
of all,
own
how
little
dare
things.
you insult the 920?
920 I will not insult it. It's your entry. It's your basic. It's like getting a Blue Yeti.
Yeah.
You get your foot into the hobby with those, but again, with the hobby, it's kind of expensive to get into streaming, at least to a level that you'd see success. If you're coming into this with a C920 and a microphone that you got off of a headset for $20 at Walmart, you're not going to see a lot of success. You can do it, don't get me wrong, but it's like playing on hard mode. I like to compare all the time.
Yeah, playing the the new game plus where it's interesting because I think I've heard people say, "Oh, you don't need anything to stream." Have you heard that as well? Where it's like, just go live, like use your cell phone camera and stuff.
Yes,
like that.
I've heard that, and that's where I compare to you're playing on a harder difficulty.
Yeah, and
you can do it. Don't get me wrong. People will come. People will follow.
You can start there, I think, but I also think you need to show that you're willing to grow to some degree. And
I don't know. I don't know if people actually care that you're growing or not. It's all about the content. If you're entertaining, people will come back. I don't think they would care if I were to upgrade the camera. People would be like, whatever, it's Zam still. We come for Zam. We don't come for the high definition pixels of his pores.
Yeah. So let me ask you something.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Cool.
Nobody ever asked me until the end.
Yeah, I'll ask you midway through. Do you find that you got to a certain level, be it followers, viewerships, and stuff, where you got past what felt like a hurdle and stuff started happening more organically. You started getting, let's call it followers every stream. You started seeing your viewer number trajectory go up over time, or do you think that there was never really like were there just capstone events where you just exploded and had big batches of growth that came out?
To be frank, that's part of I got extremely lucky. I put in the effort to capitalize on the luck. Most of my stuff, I saw the growth trajectory. It never really popped off or anything until specific events that I had built up a lot of networking and social credit to cash in on. And I was able to cash in on it so hard, I got partner. And one of the things I will always say to streamers is to never rush your career, because I learned that lesson. I've learned that lesson several times now. You learn through the different stages of Twitch as you go. And as a small streamer that nobody really cares about, or that you're doing it as a hobby, you learn from those mistakes. What could have canceled many people's careers. For me, I made so many of those mistakes that each time I made one of those mistakes, I would drop like 20%, and then I would never really get back up to the 20%, and then I'd make another mistake, and I'd drop down and drop down and drop down to where I'm pretty much a has-been, a washout, whatever you want to call it. So, but no, those big events were like, I was huge into Stream Raiders. I was like the top content creator for them.
Yeah.
One of the top 10, because I was so invested in that community. I cared. I gave feedback. I became an ambassador for them. I got blacklisted for 6 months for calling a person from The Sims who might have been a homosexual a nerd, and that was the worst trashing he ever had in his life. But I had so much of a sordid history with Stream Raiders that I became known. I saw growth out of it. I got the ambassador. I got to do so many different events for them, and because I got to do those events, I got well known. And that's where the company kind of killed itself, and that was a big downfall. But I also, once I got partner, made those mistakes, but I also took my foot off the gas because there's nothing past partner. Partner, I feel, is a trap for a lot of streamers where you get it, you don't know what to do afterwards, you screw up, and then your momentum stops going up and starts going down. And I don't suggest people do a partner push.
It's interesting. Yeah. And I know for me, one of the things I do as a hobby of collecting a bunch of hobbies is I generally try to get to like, I don't know, I'll call it like the top 90th percentile of whatever I'm doing in terms of like, I've produced something here or I've done something here where I feel like I'm in that like top 10% of people, right? And I'm sure the partner percentage is much lower than that of total people amount on Twitch. I don't know how many people are partnered on Twitch, but
it's
like if I
growing shockingly so much every day.
Yeah. The check mark means less and less, but like I think I would have that feeling of like, yeah, cool, you got the purple check mark, you get purple check marks, and it's like, what are you going to do after that? I don't know. Try to get 300 subs to unlock another emote slot or something. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
I would have to get over like 1,000 subs to unlock my next emote slot because I've fallen so far from grace.
Yeah. It's
but
yeah.
I
don't worry. I don't worry about it, and I guess I don't think about it that way. What I find good and helpful, or like what fuels me to keep going, is the people showing up and chatting. Like I kind of don't care about I don't really look at the numbers too much. I did in the beginning where I was like, I would see if I would try something new and see if I could see a tangible change. But I just kind of go for it now. So
interesting. So I know you said that you did some Instagram stuff, as it linked underneath the chat. It's really cool there.
Yeah.
Why don't you do anything else on any other platform? Why just Twitch?
Like why not? Yeah.
Why not cut your clips for YouTube or TikTok or
You'll see the only post I have on Instagram is a clip. So I've recently it was a disc golf dying like art sharing Instagram that I've scrapped and made kind of my own personal YouTuber or VTuber. Yeah, Twitch one. Whether or not that was a good idea, I don't know. But uh, I do want to grow more. I want to start doing some of that content, but this is where my perfectionism bites me. It's like, what do I want to do? And then I kind of just don't start. I know Moko there made a point of like part of the hardest part of streaming was to like just
I
like go
disagree.
live
Hand in fist. The go live
and
button
go live.
is nothing. Now that may be because
No.
I've got no fear, I've got no
Yeah.
shame. I will go live to 5 people, I'll go live to 100. I don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I push the button. Sometimes I push the button so hard it doesn't actually go live, and I don't realize for 5 minutes, so I have to go back and push the button again and restart the whole intro.
Yeah.
But going live has never been a problem for me. I don't understand why people have that apprehension.
It's like the exhaustion part for me as well, and again goes back to like why I do VTuber stuff. It's like it's less exhausting for me to do this in front of like my cell phone and not have a camera on me. It's easier for me, and if it's easier for me, I do it more and more. So circling back though, I like video editing. I do it casually and more meme based for my friends and not so much for content creation reasons. But I guess it comes down to, do you suspect you get actual, like, is there a benefit to it? Like, do you get growth from it? I've heard people do successful in short content, but they're already successful. So then it's like, like, I like, yeah.
So let me turn that around on you.
Yeah.
What is your definition of success?
Because I already consider myself pretty successful on Twitch with, like, I don't know, a buddy of mine said to me once, it was like, oh, like, you got like 10 concurrent views, like you have 10 people watching you right now. He's like, there would be people that would like sell their kidneys to like get that level of people watching. And I was like, yeah,
which is funny because they won't make that money back. They'll have to stream for like 10 years.
Yeah. That's the real hidden truth. Yeah. And sorry, I'm reading chat as well, but what Alex said, yeah, having a digital mask means that you don't have to pretend. Like, you get a better version of me, I think, with this mask on, like doing digital puppetry basically, than if I had to worry about how I'm presenting myself to the world through camera.
Okay. But that's not really the definition of success. You skirted it and you went to a tangent.
Yeah. You're going to have to deal with this. All right. Definition of success. I guess like a clinical, like if this turned like, and by this definition, I would not be successful, but like if I could quit my job and like this became a career option, right? That would be unambiguously successful.
Sure, but that nobody would disagree with that. But the thing that I'm getting at with the definition of success is I make a lot of YouTube content. It's probably very shitty quality because I'm an amateur and I'm not doing the perfectionist. I'm literally just releasing stuff to release stuff. I'm doing it to a quality that I accept, and then I submit it, because if I do the perfectionist, and this was one thing I had to jump over this hurdle, was I was not wanting to do video creation for 5 years because I thought I was going to have to sit there and make a video for an entire month. Now I'm busting out a video that I think is good quality like every 12, 16 hours. So for me to be putting out that YouTube content, I have seen success where people come from YouTube to Twitch, but I don't capitalize on it because I am not in the game of I need to grow my channel. I'm not in the game of trying to expand on Twitch or make a bigger name of myself, because quite simply, I don't see a good return on investment. You have to be in the top 0.5%, probably the top 0.1% to even see any sort of livability off this platform, in my professional opinion. But that makes it so it's like, why would I put more effort into growing the stream? Why would I put more effort into having a good stream? Why? Because I like being creative. This is what I like to do. So I'm still going to do it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not doing it to become the best of the best. And that's where I see success. Other people would say I don't see success because I'm not capitalizing on it.
Yeah. This is good. This is good therapy too, because it's like I don't.
You're welcome.
I haven't thought about it too much. No. Like you can tell by my rambling and latching on to any random chatter in chat and just talking about their thing rather than your success. Because I think ultimately I didn't have a great answer for it. I think I like that. Like I do things in the pursuit of being more successful, but I don't care about the numbers as much or any like.
Then how do you know you're successful?
Because
that's the metric.
I try. I think for me, it's like I see people that I consider successful, and if I can emulate and produce a product on my stream that is close enough, right? That's maybe how I get, like, that's probably not like a super healthy way of doing it, but like, I love my emotes. My emotes are awesome. Like I just got those commissioned and like I worked with the people to design them and get them all good to go. Like, yeah, it's like I find that as like a successful part of my channel. And it's like I also find like, you know, we have like a good flow, like we're able to stream, we have a good community over here, and like everybody's very supportive of each other, and like I also find that successful. So yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But you want to go into the other platforms and grow from there, and I get that. What about sponsors? Have you ever had a big sponsor? Have you gone for any sponsorships?
I did one
Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends.
Absolutely not. No.
Oh my god, they were so good.
Yeah.
They paid so well, and then they banned me. But anyways,
I did. Hashtag was a previous sponsor. Warhammer Tacticus once through Stream Elements. I felt really icky afterwards.
I didn't feel really icky at all.
No. I felt icky from like the advertising transactional. It's not something I wanted to do. Like,
why? Because it's not something you believed in or that you were forced to?
No, because again, I liked the game. Yeah, I think there was parameters around it. Actually, and I've done a few other, but they were less like get a paycheck out of them things. It was like I forget the company. They're like it's like loot dropper game. Anyways, it was like you get a key, you'll get some more keys to give out and stuff like that, and like they gave some gifted subs for some certain things. But anyway, I didn't like the transaction. I don't know. It was somebody taking control of a thing that I had full control over for a period of time and for some money that like I didn't, and it wasn't even that much.
So you have a control problem.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
And yet you do all these different collabs where other people can take the control at any moment and ruin your stream. Like I could drop terms of service breaking stuff and get you banned. You could do it back.
Sure.
But I feel like I have no problem with sharing control. I just don't want to do it with chat because chat never knows what's good content. I tell you what, they're so stupid in chat.
Yeah. Get them.
Okay.
Get them, fam.
You don't like doing sponsorships.
So I think it would, I think, and I've never gone for any of these or approached any of these, but like if there was a thing like a product, like I'm not sponsored by these people, but any of the energy drink things, if I believed in the energy drink and like actually liked it, I'd have no problem. There is one product that I would do, and I would do it through Stream Elements probably. I'm a big fan of HelloFresh. I use it personally and like have Hashtag not a sponsor, but I would probably take that sponsorship opportunity.
That's the worst sponsorship I've ever been offered.
I'm just saying, I really like.
I hate them. I hate them because of their sponsorship. I don't know about their product. I'm never going to use their product.
That's the other thing. It's bad, right? It's like you get nothing for recruiting back people.
It has to be new people. They had the whole confusion about it was America only or Canada only, and there's so many caveats for them to pay out for their sponsorship. I get why they did it, but that's not the kind of sponsorship that will ever work for any streamer. It would work for like YouTubers and stuff because people see it from like normies and go, "Oh, I'll just sign up for HelloFresh," and there you go.
Yeah.
But I hate their sponsorships.
Yeah. But that's the type of thing. Like the product, I don't think the sponsorship would be worth taking. I don't think I'd get anything from it. I'd get the free box that they would send you or whatever is with it.
I didn't get any because again, it's a whole Canada versus America stuff. And it's a silly beast. In fact, that's one of the reasons I would love to be an American. Delete the border so I can cross ship things easier, not have to wait for customs to open it and charge me more. But also standardize the giveaways and stuff.
Yeah, I was lurking a couple of people that do like overseas crafty stuff, right? Not overseas, or just anybody who needs to ship to the US basically. And it's like, I don't think they can make, like they were talking about how like they couldn't really make the margins work anymore. Like
it's true.
Like, okay, well,
it's rough. It's rough out there.
Yeah.
So I know you play a lot of friend slop games, I like to call them. The RV there yet, Peak. I'm sure you played a lot of the Repo. The Repo. Have you done a lot of Yap Yap? I think you did that once.
No, we have a group chat for the Wednesdays, like our big like collab, like 3 or 4 of us get together. And
why do you do that?
It's fun. Yesterday I almost burnt out my voice, and I was legitimately fearful of not being able to talk today because of how much yelling and like chaos. We were playing gosh, I've forgotten the name. Gang Beasts? Animal Gang something?
Gang Beasts.
Yeah, one of those games. Gang Beasts. And it's just you beat the crap out of each other. And like it's very similar to like Party Animals, and just fun. It's just fun. Now I will say, from a streaming perspective, though, incredibly difficult. Like you're not really paying attention to chat and big collabs and stuff. Like you're not a big collaborator. Is that right?
I professionally and politely disagree with your assertion, good sir. You slandered my name.
I know we're collabing right now, but I mean like playing games in a collaborative sense.
What do you mean? Oh my! Did you not tune into ZamCon 1 or 2?
No.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give collabs and friendship a bad name.
Yeah, and when was ZamCon 102?
October and September of the last 2 years. So that's where I did 100 hours and invited so many guests. Like I was doing over 16 collabs over those 100 hours. I invited Zam. What?
Was I invited, Zam?
No, because I didn't invite a lot of people. To be fair, I posted like 8 times on Twitter and Discords, pretty much everywhere about anybody that wants to be on ZamCon. I was going to take anybody and everybody, even if I didn't know you. Like there was so many offers for people to join that I literally booked up, except for 2 slots really for ZamCon 2. But even this podcast I do every week where I talk to somebody. I played Raft. I played Double Dragons. I played so many games last year. I do collabs all the time. What do you mean?
Okay.
I even played Raft 2 times.
Yeah, but you don't play any of these games though, right? Like,
I don't play Friend Slop for a lot of good reasons.
More than one person.
No, I do a lot. What do you mean? I do several collabs where it's more than one person. I used to play Overwatch all the time with a group of friends. However, I've politely stand on the point where I think that group collabs are some of the weaker collabs. And arguably, I pay more attention to chat than the collab.
Yeah, I think, it's like kind of back and forth. But I have very bad, a skill I'm trying to work on is being able to like not open mic in the collab and just like randomly talk, even though with shared chat, I feel like that helps a little bit now.
Yes.
Where you're not, but
that's where everybody can see what you're responding to.
Yeah, and it's less weird, but yeah.
But the problem I have with the shared chat and everybody responds to the same person and you have the 4 different responses, unless it's like a topic that you take up and champion, it gets messy. I'm not a big fan of multi-collabs, mainly because you have way too many people fighting to be the center of attention. And every streamer wants to be the center of attention except for me. I actually really do not want to be famous because similar to you, I like my anonymity and I don't want to be famous because then people will try and find me. I don't want to do that. I want to be a small little streamer. I don't want to become famous. So I don't put myself at the center. And that's where I read more chat. I take myself away. I go talk to my chat while stuff just happens.
Yeah. I understand that. Yeah, that's a good point. But why, back to the question, since we've diverted again, why do I play the friend slop games?
Yes.
Occasionally. One, I just, have you ever tried any?
Yes.
Which ones? Just out of curiosity.
Among Us. And I fucking hated it.
That's a great game. Oh,
I hated it.
So fun.
Allow me to explain why I hated it.
All right, sure.
Everybody that I played with, first off, was hard to get a full party. Everybody I played with either instantly killed me because I'm the streamer killing the streamer, haha, funny, I'm so cool. Sure. Fighting with this other streamers to try and make entertainment while not really much is going on for entertainment. And also being dead the entire time because everybody kills me instantly. It's not as good as a fun time. Like I've also done Phasmophobia, and I didn't enjoy that mostly because I don't get scared, jump scared or frightened. So it was just more of I found out the core mechanics of the game, and it got boring.
Yeah, you say why is this making a loud noise in my ear? Yeah, it's weird that you're immune to jump scares. It's very interesting.
It's not that I'm immune to jump scares. It just annoys me instead of scares me. Yeah. Maybe it's because I don't have a flight muscle and I have a fight muscle. So you jump scare me and I want to fight you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're fun games. They're not forever games though. Like I don't think I could be like a Gang Beasts main, right? Like you can't play that game.
No, it's incredibly boring. Most of the friend slop games get boring within like 5 play sessions.
But they're fun to do for that time.
I don't disagree with that, but I think you can have better content.
So like what content are you replacing? Like let's call it like Peak. Most people I feel like have seen Peak. Like a bunch of friends climbing up a mountain. It's like basically essentially just like a co-op puzzle game where
it's like every other climbing group game. Yeah.
What other climbing group games? I'm just saying like, I don't know. And it's like people want to see it because it got popular. Like I'm not discounting that like these games fade in and fade out very quickly. But like there's definitely a point of time of like, I feel like you see a game like this come up and it's like, cool, everybody's playing Peak. Let's capitalize on playing Peak or not capitalize. And and you almost fracture your viewership of like people that are sick of seeing the game or people that want to see the game more. But I feel like
I recently ran through this myself and now I have to break your mentality on that one. So I was always, I just finished Clair Obscur, and it came down to what game do I stream now? And my game streams haven't been doing the best because, as I said, it's not a real talk with Zam or anything. So why would anybody tune in to watch a game? And so I went to a couple streamers, I think yourself included, and I said, what game should I stream for viewership? And everybody came back with a different answer for different reasons. And I found that it was not the right question to ask because everybody else has their own different viewership and different reasons for the games that they play to get viewership. And it's also comes off as insincere that I will play a game I absolutely hate to try and grow the channel. And that came off as the wrong way to choose games. So when you're saying, oh, I want to capitalize on this game, yuck, brother, what is that? What is that?
Yeah,
Don't do that.
sure. I think as variety, sometimes, at least for me, people expect you to engage with new game. Like even when there's a game, so Mugenics, for example, right? I was planning on playing Mugenics. Whether or not I was planning on playing it on stream was debatable. I do play games off stream and for myself.
Must be
I've
nice to
been
have
following.
time.
Yeah, I've been following Mugenics for a while, and it came to the point of like, and I think this is maybe some of the friend game stuff too. It's like, well, you could play with your friends privately off stream or on stream. So would you not just want to go on stream again and then
Good
interact with
question.
chat a little bit? Are you damaging your brand at all by having a slightly poorer stream?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're only as good as your last stream.
Okay.
And if your last stream sucked, people will be less likely to come back. They'll remember that last time you played Peak, it was not that peak entertainment.
Sure. I mean, there's definitely been people that like were active in my chat and I haven't seen in a while. So like, I mean,
it will also go the other way. The people come in because they like Peak more. It's hit and miss, and that's why I don't do it for viewership. I choose my game typically for me, unless I want to play it, I'm not going to play it. And I don't want to play the friend slop game because I've been bitten, so I'm twice shy, and I feel like I have good reasons to be twice shy.
Okay. Do you think about your game in terms of the streamability of it?
Absolutely. That is one thing I always am concerned, and I feel like every good business person should be concerned about that. It was one of the reasons that I was hesitant to play Clair Obscur. I knew it was a short game going into it, and it was $80 Canadian. And for me, I went, okay, how many streams can I get out of this? Is it worth it? Is the return on investment wise? Should I play a different game like RimWorld where I have thousands of hours in it? And I could play another thousands of hours of it easily, and there's no cost assigned to it. And I feel like that is important, especially as a smaller streamer, that you factor in your costs aside from if you're going to play it anyways, go ahead. But you do have to factor in how much of a stream investment it is. That has to be considered.
Yeah. And well, I was more talking about the streamability and like, would this be a fun game to watch? Is it like
I factor that very little. A good streamer can turn anything into good material. A poor streamer will blame the game for how they can't read chat or anything. There are some instances where it is complete shit, like the Clair Obscur, when you don't get a turn for 18 turns and you have to be paying attention to parry perfectly, and then you can't read chat because if you read chat, you fail your parry and you die instantly, have to do another half-hour battle all over again. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a bit salty.
Did Clair Obscur do something to you? Do you want to talk about it?
It was 40 hours of a chore to get to 4 hours of good time.
I remember you watching you. It was some sort of mime puppet that you were fighting, and it did you in. Do we talk about the mime puppet anymore?
I stopped fighting those things because they became more and more annoying to fight.
Yeah.
But Moko's kind of hitting it on the head. You pick the games that you want to play. People tune in for pretty much anything, but as long as you have that expectation that you are a variety gamer, that you're not just a crafting gamer or crafting streamer or a friend swap gamer, like you have to have that expectation from the community as well.
That was, we were talking about Tarkov, which is my most played game in terms of probably ever in like my gaming career. Again, like 6,000 some logged hours or something. I think that's in raid time, which is crazy. Which means it's much larger out of there. I didn't want to just be that. And so I actually, when I think about gaming, I do think about changing my games up if I'm in a game for too many streams in a row. Like specifically, like you were talking about like ship game, right? I love ship game. I play ship game all the time. I used to play it like pretty much every single Sunday and a bunch of other times. But it's like I in order to force the I am actual variety, I'll just change to a different game. And it's like sometimes you don't get all winners, and that like sometimes it is, the let's all play the friend slot
Now,
game or whatever.
I'm going to sneak in here and say you're playing on hard mode again. Playing one game, being known for that one game or community or whatever it is, doing the one thing and getting known for it and being a solo item, solo target stream, that is the essential, in my opinion, quintessential, in my opinion, success route. Because people come in, people know that hobby, they'll know you for that hobby, whatever the game, and they will come back religiously for that game because they have cult followings. And to do variety, every time you change your game, people are not going to want to watch necessarily that game. Could have spoilers, could be something they're not interested in. So by being variety, you're playing on hard mode, but again, it's what you want. What you get is what you put in.
I'll disagree to your disagree.
No, you can't disagree with me. I'm literally correct.
No,
I went to school to be correct.
And I think Moko here will back me up.
No,
I think
no.
if you watch. Nope. If you watch, so this is maybe just specifically a Tarkov thing too. I think a lot of those people feel beholden to keep streaming that game specifically. I don't think they can when they switch off to stuff, like I don't think the people come back. Right? Like I don't think the viewership comes back. Like you obviously when you're switching around you do drop a little bit, but like that game very specifically, you're tying all of your eggs to one basket, right? Like you are connected to that. Like I'd be very interested to see, like you were talking about how like a lot of your growth came through Stream Raiders, right?
Yeah.
But like that game, like actually, if Stream Raiders would have continued to live and prosper as a game, but you didn't want to be the face or do Stream Raiders content anymore, do you think the transition would have been as smooth, or do you think?
So my story is a perfect example of where you guys are wrong. However, I will say for the majority, you and Moko are correct that if you play a single game, you can get pigeonholed and your career hangs on whether it has a good patch update, good expansion, DLC, whatever. You're live and dying with that game. But you can always transfer at any point. It just means you have to start from scratch again. So it's not like for example, Stream Raiders, they decided to basically come out to their community and say, we decided to cancel a game that we have in development because we were not going to have money. We were only going to last 3 more months, so we canceled that project so we could last 6 more months. And I said, I can't, in good consciousness, have my community supporting this company that's not going to exist in 6 months. I dropped Stream Raiders like it was hot. I lost about 20% of my viewership instantly just for that opinion. And so many people had copium and drank, and Stream Raiders lasted for 2 years. That was remarkable. I'm surprised they even lasted more than the 6 months. But that didn't kill me. I was known for Stream Raiders, but I was able to swap from Stream Raiders into my variety kind of stuff, my crochet and stuff, and I was able to move away. I've seen people do that as well, where like I'm going to point to what's a big streamer. Zam and Gloom did World of Warcraft. He doesn't do World of Warcraft anymore. But is his career dead? I think he's doing better than ever. I don't know. I don't watch the guy very much, but like I could point to so many streamers where that's not the situation where you died with it. You can always reinvent yourself, but it's easier to reinvent when you have people that know you like your stuff and are willing to transfer with you.
Yes, I agree. I think
you don't get people that know you unless you build that relationship, and usually it's for being in one category, one thing.
Yes, I may be to use your analogy, playing on hard mode. I think it's healthier that like I feel like there's definitely some dips in certain games and content, but like it's pretty stable. But that being said, it's also not
It's not explosive. It's not
growing.
growth.
Yeah.
Because people don't. It's kind of like you build your brand for KFC building chicken, right? You go to KFC, you know you're going to get chicken. But it's if they all of a sudden started coming out with like sushi and stuff, you'd be like, I'm not going to go to KFC
for
for
many
sushi.
reasons. I would not eat KFC sushi,
right? And that's where I make the comparison. But you would still go back to KFC for that chicken. And if they came out with something that you liked more, or if there was all of a sudden you can't get chicken at all, and KFC became, I don't know, KFB for burger, I don't know, they could still reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
But it's easier to rebuild when you have a customer base, in my opinion.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I think so. Now I'm thinking back to like pivot points of like, all right, if I wanted to do exactly what I did originally on the stream, right, art category, right, and doing disc golf dying again, something we've mentioned here is an incredibly fringe art form in general. It's like, could I have stuck with that? I don't know. Like part of it is like I had some amount of viewership in the art category, but there was very little, almost no growth that I had personally.
That's a bit of a different one. Our makers and crafting art, those categories are incredibly difficult to compare a lot of the other stuff on Twitch to. Derek would have so much to say on that, and that's why I want him on the stream, because they basically helped grow the category from nothing to everything.
Totally agree.
And that's where I treat them as a unique case, because I feel like the arts and crafting communities are extremely community centric and breach the different categories a lot easier, but they're also extremely cliche or cliquey, whatever. They find their different groups and they like their different groups, tribalistic, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So it's hard to compare art to games to just chatting to other categories.
Right. Yeah, I think that's what makes it a little difficult. It's you can't really talk about streaming in the general terms. And again, I think, and just because I'm going to harp on it, I do think Tarkov's like a weird, unique sub case in there where it is a game, but it is specifically a stranger micro environment in Twitch than the other ones, where just like the normal Twitch laws don't apply.
I don't necessarily agree or disagree. That kind of goes to my whole tribalism thing, because I've seen that in the Hunt Showdown. What other games have I seen that with, where people typically will get known in that community, stay in that community, support people in that community, and they kind of like fly around there kind of situation.
Yes.
I guess Stream Raiders had the same situation.
Yeah, that's totally how Tarkov feels as well. It's like you'll see the same people in all the chats. You'll see everybody, kind of like it's very migratory, I guess, which is good for like growth and exposure too, where it's like, okay, like they know you from there and they're like, oh, they're streaming and stuff like that. Yeah.
Interesting. So I'm going to change to a different topic that is going to get really aggressive, I feel, and I'm probably going to get my feelings hurt here, but I need to know, why do you like me?
I'm drinking water really quick. It's not.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. And further, if you like me so much, why did you ban me? I wanted to come watch. I wanted to help support my boy.
You got in a mod war. You got in a mod war with Corby, and he banned you.
There was no war. I wasn't even there.
That's true. Sometimes your mods do things and then you don't realize what they've done until after the fact. All right, so your the core of your question is why do I enjoy Zealous Sam? Is that
yes?
This is to prop you up.
Well, that's not just to prop me up. It's to be like, you banned me and everything. Like, why would you do this? How did we even meet in the first place? I don't remember.
I was literally going to ask you the exact same question. So I was trying to rack my brain around, and I'm pretty sure Corey remembers.
I don't think Corey
I'm
knows because I know Corey separately.
I
Like
think he
Corey
knows.
was from the Stream
I
Raiders
know
for
you.
me.
No, I know you know. I know you know Corey separately. I think it's very possible I rated into you in the art category probably way back. Yeah, that was it. I'm pretty sure it was. I was doing disc golf dying stuff. I'm almost positive of this now. It's coming back. And then we had a very similar conversation of what is disc golf dying. And then I think I remember Corey messaging me afterwards that was like, "Oh yeah, that's Zam the bird guy." Yeah, he had more to say after that, but he also knew
It was
about your bird.
immediately after ZamCon 1.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it was a year before. This was
Yeah.
before I went to TwitchCon, actually, because that
Okay.
was in 2023. Your first message was September 26, 2023. And you
Yeah.
said, as I try and intimidate or intimate your voice, impersonate you, impersonate. Hi,
Yep.
I love disc golf discs and I love cats. So I wanted to see what preparing to put a cat together is all about.
Oh yeah. Yep. So that was me rating into you, and you were that sounds nothing like me. That's very offensive, by the way. You
What do
were
you mean?
probably
That's exactly
crocheting.
what you sound like.
It's exactly what I said. Even when I heard Lord Gloom say a boot 14 times. Let me anyway. Yeah. So all right. So yeah, I randomly rated in you then.
Randomly.
When I was doing well, so pseudo randomly. I was probably looking around for people in makers and crafting because that's where I was trying to grow at the time, right? So just I've always been a person that tries to raid out every single raid. I think it's just good and supportive to do that. So and as I've said, and you might know, I'm a cat enthusiast. If I saw a cat in your title, or you painting a cat, or you doing anything you have a cat on your screen. You
I
have
was
a cat
making
cam.
a cat for
You were making a cat.
crochet.
Yeah. You were making a crochet cat. I remember that. So you probably had something in your title about cat, and I said, "All right, cool. We're just gonna rate a person doing something about cat."
You really like
randomly
cats.
rated in. And then yeah, I think Corey was like, "Oh, I know this person like there," and then I think he gave me some of the lore about stream raiders and stuff like that,
And about
which I
how
know
I was a
nothing about.
toxic person and you should never get to know me, but
Nope.
we've hung in contact for the past 3 years, 2 years, 2.5.
Yeah, no, no, none of that. It was all good. And again, I've come back. I generally, if like I raid to somebody and I enjoy their content, or in general, I will I will follow them, and then I'll try to follow up the next time they go live. I leave the notification button on for at least one stream to just try to show up and just get a better observation of like what's going on, what they're about, kind of a thing. And then
Okay.
showed up again, saw it, liked it,
Okay.
and then yeah.
So to go into this deeper, instead of you trying to glaze me, I want to know what sticks out to you. Like, why do you come back? Right? Because obviously you could, after your first time you get that notification, you could just go away and never come back. But you came back, and I come back to your stream, and I'll cover me on you later. But I'm just curious, what keeps you coming back?
I'll be honest, I do really like the crafty crochet content.
Like, so you just like just chatting with Zam. I see.
No, I do like the crochet I find crafters very relaxing to watch. It's like a good set of multitasking. It's kind of like the co-working category a little bit, where if you're being productive, I can also be productive, and like I get more work done and focus. And it's like having a coworker buddy sitting a little bit away, just like doing something, hanging out.
You understand how that conflicts with your earlier statements. You're saying that I am relaxing, yet you called me angry.
No, I said someone called you angry.
Oh, okay. Somebody. It wasn't you.
I didn't say it was me. I said there was a person that referred
so
to
you
as
find me relaxing to you.
I find the bursts of anger pretty endearing and funny because they're sarcastic.
Sarcastic.
Yeah.
No, they're 100%
Sarcastic.
legit. What do you mean? My anger is always righteous. It is always
Yeah.
righteous, on the mark,
Yeah.
truthful. I've never been wrong.
Yep. 100%.
So let me ask you before I give you the answer. Why do you think people come back to watch you time and time again?
Ooh. Um.
It's not because your cat avatar did that much. It's ugly.
No.
Throw it in the trash. Get a new
No.
one.
But I will say, and I've heard this. I think I think I do have a good voice, and people do find it soothing in some way. I get asked to do like voiceover stuff occasionally for different things. And
Chat,
like
if you
I've
agree on his voice being great, type 1 in chat. If you don't like his voice, type 2 in chat. Let's see if this is true.
not great like grading.
And if you're on YouTube, just drop it in the comments. I'll like every 2.
And make sure to explain what Anheuser means in the YouTube comments as well.
Oh, we're going back to that. Okay. All right, fair. So you think it's just your voice?
No. But I think that's a part of the quality. You were making fun of my beautiful cat avatar. I think there's a certain skill set though of like being able to hold a conversation, with yourself and just kind of internally monologue. And I don't know, when I play games, I like reading the dialogue chats and stuff like that too, and like doing slight variations on the voice. I don't know.
Can you do other voices?
Yeah, I can put a twist on them.
Okay. What's your best accent or impersonation?
Oh, we're not. Don't think we'll do that. Let's see. Also, my voice is really quite toast now. I don't think I'm going to give you a best accent or impersonation. Yeah, British. We could do some talk of some cheat. Well, let's see. In Chengel's in my my D&D group, and I'm playing a Russian guy, a Russian guy that looks like Pitbull. So his name is Yuri, and he's Russian. He talks very slowly like this. Zavasha Zdrovya and all that.
He gave us Queen Gloom a bit ago. Okay, yeah, that's true. He was British Queen. Fair enough.
Now, having a good time. All right, so what do you think? I don't introspect on this because I think if I thought about it,
this is important.
Sure, it's important, but like this has been, I feel like, a theme of the podcast where you've asked me something and I'm just like, I can't think about that because if I think about it, I'm going to spiral and like probably hyper focus on it, and I can't like metagame of like, why do I think people want to come back and keep watching us? Another sub answer to that though is I think a lot of it's like good community building skills. Like I try to support people and then they support me back. I don't know.
They typically call that networking. Community is your community. Yeah. Usually talk to people. Hi, Napkin. Thank you for the raid. So he was playing Overwatch hilariously. We talked about that earlier. For me, why I keep coming back, not only is because, you come back to me as well. I like to support those that support me, not like a follow for follow. But for me, if you don't support my stream, it's really hard for me to justify spending time in your streams as well because I have so little of it. But your stream for me is great background noise. It's not because you have a great voice. It's because you don't have jump scares. You don't have things that annoy me away from your stream. I can have your stream on and I can edit. And I can safely say that I'm not going to get your voice confused with my voice or any of the editing stuff that I'm putting in there. I don't need to turn you down to pay attention to my stuff. So your stream is great to toss on in the background. You're not a mainstream streamer. I don't think anybody's mainstream streamers. But yeah, I can toss you on in the background. It's great. I can lurk. If I hear you talking about something stupid, I can chime in and be like, I'm being told it's a skill issue. Maybe you should just stop dying. Yeah. So that's why.
That gives me some interest. So it's funny you bring that up. I have a redeem right now, which is like, I have it on like a 2-hour cooldown, but it is like a 2-minute. It's that 9mm Go Bang song.
Yes.
And I've been debating removing it for a very, since I put it on, I'm like, this feels like a mistake. I'm like, this is not the vibes that I want on there.
Why is that not the vibes you want?
No, but it's just what you were talking about. It's like it's disruptive. It's
Is
a
it?
minute of a loud-ish song
It's not that
going
loud, to be
on.
fair.
Okay, well then good. Maybe I've tuned it
What do
enough.
you think
But
is
I
the
don't know.
worst thing you've added to your stream?
The worst thing that I've added to my
Like
stream.
something that you would take away or have taken away?
Have taken away. Yeah. Played with a lot of those most of the extension stuff just doesn't work too well. Stream stickers was one I did early on.
Okay. Why did that not
Like
work?
you can slap stickers on your stream. It worked okay. I don't know. There was just kind of better options like Tangia, I think is one of those better like throw some stuff onto the
Oh
screen.
no, you mentioned the T word. I now have to go pause it before somebody redeems a fart in my face or something. All right, it's now stopped.
Nice.
All right.
Yep.
I wish I could
turned all
turn
that off
Tangia off.
beforehand.
How do you turn it
Yeah.
off? There's no turn off. I can only pause it for an hour.
If you switch to if you take it out of your overlay, basically, of a thing that they can redeem, it should detect that you don't have an active overlay and then disable the mod. That being said, I just disabled the channel point redeems. Like you can just do that.
Yeah, but I'm too lazy for that. I just paused the Tangia because I don't have Tangia's channel points.
Yeah.
I can see why people are upset at Tangia though. So you're saying stream stickers and other extensions like that?
Yeah, there was stream stickers. There was like we tried one that was like, well, one is just like I see it work. I like using those things on other people's streams and like
I don't
annoying them. Yeah, I love doing it. Well, Tarkov also has a big Bitbot community. I don't know if you're familiar with Bitbot. Bitbot is basically hijack your keyboard for bits.
Okay,
like
crowd
make you fire your
control.
gun,
Got it.
make you crouch, yeah, and that kind of stuff. Like make people do wacky things and screw with their game. So I don't know. I've not found the secret sauce of getting people to pay bits through any of these extensions to like actually, work and do anything. It's not a way. But I mean, they're cheeky and fun, I guess.
Yeah.
They add some variety.
And you think that was some of the worst stuff you put on your stream or included in your stream was just literally the extensions?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's like, and again, I don't know. It's just none of them have really worked that well. I like Tangia just because it's probably the most flexible of them. And the other thing I like about Tangia is it like actually messes with my screen, like it overlays on my screen as well. So
I can't use that because I have two computers set up.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's a shame. But okay, that's interesting. Usually people say it's stuff like hydration redeem or not having cooldowns or the super annoyingly long redeems, those sorts of things. But you're saying it's just the way to make money.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not something I'm very proficient in.
Huh. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So one thing I really wanted to talk about, because this was in the news the other day, and it might get a little bit political, but we're not being political. I'm talking about conspiracies. What is your favorite conspiracy?
My favorite conspiracy. Favorite conspiracy. Well, I'm going to instantly divert and not answer your question again, as I've been doing.
God damn it! Go stay on topic for once.
It's kind of on topic. I think most conspiracy when I am presented with somebody doing a conspiracy theory, my brain instantly goes to the closest plausible actual explanation and not it being a conspiracy, and it's probably and usually is something very similar to that, right? So like one of my favorites is like, UFOs in Nevada, right? Near Roswell and stuff like that. You know what's also in Nevada? Several secretive Air Force testing bases where they fly things around. And this actually happened kind of in my closer neck of the woods like 2 years ago. People were like, there's aliens in New Jersey. And it's like, there's not aliens in New Jersey. Lockheed Martin, infamous defense contractor, operates out in New Jersey. You're watching drones. Like,
That's fair.
The Venok knows. Venok's kind of in my neck of the woods too. I'm not. No,
They were aliens.
Not aliens.
Chat saying
they weren't aliens. All right. They were like nearest possible. You've seen something in the sky that looks vaguely electronic and you can't explain it. Guess what it probably is? Something man-made that we've put in the sky and it's testing and you don't understand it. So
okay. So your favorite conspiracy is that there's actually aliens in Roswell?
No, I think so that's what people think, and then I don't think that. But like I think it's the other thing.
My favorite
do you
conspiracy
think there's aliens in general?
Well, I that's kind of why I wanted to get into this topic, because for me, my favorite conspiracy is that the pyramids, specifically all of them, were not made by man, because there's way too many of them. They're too steep. I went down that rabbit hole so much. I don't even know if the pyramids were made by man or not. I'm on the fence on that one. I don't know if there's aliens that build pyramids. But there's so many of them, and they're so weird. Like, why are they everywhere, and how did people build these things, right? So are the pyramids actually really man-made? So that's one of the questions. But I bring this up because I haven't seen people talk about this very much, and I wanted to talk about it. Just like last week, I want to say it was over the weekend, Obama came out and admitted there are aliens, but not in Nevada. Apparently there are aliens, and he was not allowed to say that. Earlier today, Trump was saying that he declassified or shared classified information. And so I'm just sitting here going like, everybody is saying there's aliens and nobody's talking about this. What are we doing? Yeah. Are there actually aliens? Is this being blown wide open? What is your thoughts?
Yeah, sure. So I guess thought one is I am a firm believer of there would be aliens in maybe even a vague, boring sense though, right? Like you could probably go to Mars and find, I don't know, single cell life form, right? That like is fossilized, like not living anymore maybe, but like did exist, some sort of fragments of life. And I mean, that would be a classification of alien, like an alien bacteria or an alien, you know.
So you're copping out of, I'm being reasonable and logical over here. A single cell is an alien. There's aliens all over. There has to be aliens. There's bacteria in the universe.
So you are, but what you're positing, or maybe like I'm not versed on this, that like there's humanoid-ish aliens, or I don't know.
I don't know if they're humanoid.
Something like that.
They could be jelly monsters. I don't know.
Sure. So like jelly monsters or something like that. I think that is plausible. Like I think space is gigantic and things move very fast through space, and the odds of that, whether or not I think we're a very boring planet to visit, all things considered.
What do you mean?
But I also
there's all sorts of cool things happening here. We have video games.
Yeah.
We have like a Love Is Blind. We have Netflix. Hello. Yeah. We have streams. They don't have Twitch for aliens. Hello.
No. But here's the thing: if they had like say if they had the ability to come to us upon their own free will, right? They would have their technology levels way past us, and at which point we're pretty ant-like. I feel like at that point, right?
You know,
like,
there's one of the best YouTube channels to watch is like Ants Farm Canada or whatever. There's so many ants. I just love watching ants.
Guy.
Yeah, right. So why wouldn't aliens watch us? We're just like ants, right?
They would. But, so do you think the ants in Ant Farm Canada, hashtag not a collaborator yet, get Ant Farm Canada on the podcast. But like, do you think those ants like have like a cognizant awareness of their situation? Or
we're probably some sort of eldritch being to them that they cannot comprehend because we're so unfathomably large compared to them. Kind of like how aliens are unfathomably technologically advanced compared to us. But
like what if the sun, what if the sun was an alien, right? We think
the sun can't be an alien. It's too hot.
You don't. Maybe aliens run hot. I don't know.
Oh, so we make aliens by, causing a little bit of Chernobyl?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, it's like, I do think there's aliens. I think if they came to us from very far away, and had the technology to do it, we wouldn't be able to observe them in an easy enough way unless they wanted to be observed.
So then why are American leaders talking about there being aliens?
Well, so I guess that's my question of how are you defining alien? That's like my first thing, right? Is it like single cell organism like bacteria?
The first thing it jumps
like,
to me is that this is Mass Effect. There's aliens that can mind meld and throw things around with their brains.
I don't think so. I think your best shot at what they're talking about or what they maybe have is like some comet dust or some meteorite dust hit and had something in it that is not biologically explained. But to that point as well, like, I mean, I think by that definition, there's like stuff on Earth still that is alien. Like deep sea stuff is not understood. I mean, by that definition, it's not alien because it comes from Earth. That's like kind of
You're right. We should nuke the oceans.
Boil the oceans.
Okay.
Just get a Godzilla things happening. No, but like there's new stuff being discovered here all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like every day. And it's I don't know. It's just
So let me ask you a different question here.
Yeah.
If aliens existed, would you want to eat one? If they were sentient and talked and diplomacied, would you eat an alien? Even if they didn't talk, like the aliens from Alien, would you eat one of those?
No, I try to stay away from sentient things if I can. I don't eat octopus anymore. I think they're too smart. That's like a personal preference for me.
So you don't eat smart things? Are you being smartest over there? You can only eat dumb things? I'm stupid. Would you eat me?
I think no comment. Sorry, I got in my my brain wandering around. I remembered. Did you ever see one of the Instagram meme reels of Yellowstone National Park of why is it so hard to make a bear-proof trash can? And it's because the overlap between the smartest bears and the dumbest humans is quite large.
No, I've never seen that. So,
are you fearing for your life now? I see you typing in chat. So.
No. I think I could kill a cat. That's gonna be on the internet. Fuck. No.
That's gonna be your intro. No, okay. I don't think I would want to taste an alien.
Why not? What if they're the most delicious thing you've ever eaten?
Even worse. Okay, Zam, let me pose this question to you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take aliens out of the equation. Presumably, you've never consumed another human.
I've consumed parts of myself.
Tasty, sure.
That's why I don't plan to eat human.
Right.
I don't plan to eat human because if human turns out to be incredibly tasty, I would probably eat humans.
But you're okay with alien.
Well, yeah, because they're not humans. There's nobody would look down upon me for eating aliens.
Yeah.
Especially like if the aliens were giant lobsters, like the aliens from Aliens, I'd eat those.
Yeah, okay.
Like I would eat anything if it's tasty enough. The reason I don't eat cats and dogs is because I feel like they aren't tasty. I haven't eaten any, but if they were tasty, I feel like people would be eating them.
Yeah. Interesting.
So that's why I don't eat.
I'd have to see the alien, maybe. Let's change the
So I bring that part up and connect it back to the conspiracy theories because they had a conspiracy, and they being the internet, that they learned how to make tofu taste like human based off of cannibals in prison so that they could wean them off people and onto tofu that tasted like people. And the question became, would you eat that human tasting tofu?
Yeah, Hufu. It has a brand.
Yes. Name. Would you eat Hufu?
Would I eat Hufu? Yes. Because it's tofu at the end of the day. I mean, it's just prepared.
Then you would know how people taste.
I would know how a facsimile of that. Like, so do you think if you had Impossible Burger, you get a pretty accurate representation of
I've
what
never
a
had
burger
one,
tastes like?
so that's a hit and a miss for me. I've
So
never had
they
one.
use a lot of coconut oil, and to me, I'm very sensitive to the smell of coconut oil for whatever reason. They
Okay.
smell very coconutty and doesn't
Yeah.
really taste like a burger at all to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fine food, but it is not hamburger. Or same thing of like any of the like synthetic chicken products.
But this is the opposite. You had the product before you had the fake
oh,
product. So this is where you have
sure.
the fake product, and if human tastes like fried chicken, I'd probably eat human.
Mm-hmm. But
So
would you have to?
no, that's why I'm not going to eat the hufu, because I don't want to know what human tastes like. So I'm never tempted by the forbidden meat.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah, but would you eat alien? Would you eat hufu? I'm very curious about what you would eat.
Yeah, I would. I would. I would probably eat hufu. I wouldn't seek it out though. It would be like, hey, do you want to taste this? It's supposed to taste like human or whatever. Like, and that's not for like a weird cannibalistic purpose. It's just like it would be a curiosity, and it would be tofu. Like at the end of the day, same thing with the alien as well. Like I don't know. I could see situations where you could fry up an alien if it was like a space.
What kind of alien would you eat? Would you eat one of those slime slugs, one of the flying squids? Would you eat an alien from Aliens?
Not the alien from Aliens. That would be like
why
crunchy
not?
and crispy. If they're too spider-like, I feel like.
Do you not eat crab?
I do eat crab, but it's like
so
shell,
space is
right?
like water. You're just having 0G crab.
Yeah. 0G.
What's wrong with that?
Interesting.
I don't like crab, so I'm out on that one.
Yeah. Let's see. How about? Well, I will say, if you made any alien into like some sort of like sausage situation, yeah, I'd probably do that. Where you don't have to think about it too much.
What if aliens are real and they're being made into sausage? What if we knew they were real and we turned them into a farm?
So it's like I go to the store, I get hot Italian sausage, cook it up with some peppers and onions, and then it's like, oh, and by the way, for the past 10 years, this has been weird alien. I mean, to some degree, yeah, like I think the thing I got held up on was the weird sentience part that you put in there. Of like that, because it's like if it was just like a dumb space alien, yeah, I'd have really.
So the dumb space aliens somehow got here and we decided to eat them. So your perception is if we invade an alien planet and there's alien cows, you would eat alien cow.
Yes.
But if an alien came here, you wouldn't eat the alien that came here.
It was probably too smart enough to get here, yeah, and like it has better purposes than being consumed.
So you would not cause an intergalactic conflict over consuming them. You would not want to know what alien tastes like.
No, not in that case. If all right, so it's like spaceship comes down, lands, boom. 10 people get out.
Yeah.
we capture them for whatever reason.
Sure. And let's say like, they put up a fight and we murdered one.
Yeah, sure. And it's
would you not want to eat the autopsied alien?
Now we're going to barbecue that.
Why wouldn't you? Hello?
I mean, I also wouldn't want the food waste. But I don't feel like I need to eat the alien at that point.
I see. So the answer is you would.
If there was yeah, I think so. Would you?
Absolutely. I would love to be the guy who knows what aliens taste like. I would love to come on stream and be like, guys, I just ate an alien. Ask me anything. Yeah. All right. It was crunchy. Yeah. They made this really great drizzle off of it. Like alien jerky. Oh, I'd be all the way down for alien jerky. Let's be 100% honest. Or like, what if there was no alien death or flesh? What if these aliens had like milk? Would you eat alien ice cream?
Oh, absolutely. 1,000%. If there was a byproduct, so like aphids or whatever, they have a funny thing. It's basically they poop out like a honey thing that ants eat. But if there was a I would eat alien poop. Let's just throw that out there. If there was aliens that pooped out delicious poop and we could eat it and it would taste good, I would do that. I would do that faster than like killing and barbecuing an alien.
I am learning so much about you.
Would you not?
I would not eat alien poop. That seems disgusting.
It's just,
that seems like a way to share bacteria that'll kill you.
It's just a byproduct. No, but we're positing in this situation that is it like, do you eat honey? It's bee vomit.
That's not bee vomit.
Oh,
come on.
It is bee vomit.
It's not.
It's bee vomit.
No,
honey
no
is
shot.
Bee vomit.
No.
Honey is bee vomit.
No, it is honey. It's made by flowers.
Oh no. It's not honey. It's no. The bees are eating it and then they vomit it up into their hive, partially digested, so they can eat it later.
Yeah, but vomit tastes better than poop.
Okay. We're really splitting hairs here. I would also eat alien vomit if it had a similar characteristic, like if it was edible, safe and edible, and tasted good. Which is
I would not eat alien milk. I would not eat alien ice cream. People would have to convince me that it's safe and good for you.
But like,
I would eat their flesh. Okay. I would not eat their secretions.
So this is my question: would you consume alien flesh if you did not know it was safe to eat? If it was like a fugu situation.
Well, that's the situation with mushrooms. Yeah, you have to try it. You have to learn if it's good or not. But I would be the guy that would eat an alien regardless of if we knew it was safe or not, because I would be able to say I was the guy who first ate an alien or to eat alien. I would not want to be the guy online. Guys, I just ate alien poop. Ask me anything. That's so weird. No.
Yeah.
Eating alien flesh, absolutely. It would be also weird if I came on here and was like, guys, I just sucked the alien teat. I got the alien milk in my mouth. It was so delicious. That's weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Wasn't that a scene in Rogue One or one of the Star Wars where they cut to Luke and he
drank
like
the blue milk.
The blue milk, right? Yeah. So you're saying you're not team blue milk?
I'm not team blue milk. I would slaughter that thing and barbecue it. It looked delicious.
Sure.
It looked like seal. I have never eaten seal. I wonder if seal's good.
It's probably very
What is
bad.
the weirdest thing you've eaten?
The weirdest thing I've eaten. I would have to think about it more, but I know this is the answer I've given to that in the past. Like a whole baby squid on sushi. Like it was like, the size of like a sushi roll, like a nigiri roller, I think. I forget what it's called. But yeah, it was like a whole little baby squid on there. And it was just kind of weird. So I've eaten that.
Huh. Yeah, that is weird.
I guess that doesn't even feel that weird though. But it was weird because it was like the whole thing. Like, and it was two of them. Like, it was just.
Yeah. That's kind of like my weirdest thing. I literally have it right here. Is these tiny baby crabs that they like dehydrated and put sesame seeds. And I hate them. I hate crab first off. But these cause me so many concerns because it's shell and all eyes. We're like talking crickets. Legs.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat soft. So I like crab like shelled and stuff. Like, have you ever heard or seen soft shelled crab prepared? Where it's
I don't like crab. I do not like crab. Yeah. And so eating that is the weirdest thing to me because it's got face, it's got legs, it's got little pink. It's so weird eating a whole animal.
Yeah, like everything and all.
But if other cultures eat those like snacks, and I don't understand it. I don't like crab in the first place, so I will never understand it.
Have you ever dispatched something in terms of eating it? Like I've made lobster from live lobster before, which was also kind of a hard.
You're not eating it whole; you're carving it up, and I have no problem with that. But I would not eat the face of a lobster. That seems weird to me. It would seem gross to me. Whether it's a tiny baby lobster or big lobster or giant space size like transportation lobster, I would not eat their face. Maybe it's me. I don't like eating faces. I would not eat an alien face.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty decent line. Like I don't like eyeballs or brains and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I eat organs, don't get me wrong, but not like the head organs. That seems weird to me.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's a me thing. But
Like,
I also
no, like,
I've eaten testicles, deep fried testicles. And that would be
what are
probably the weirdest
Rocky?
thing I've eaten.
Yeah, I've never done that I know of. We have this product called pork roll down here, and it's basically not every the catchphrase is not everything can be a hot dog. So it's pork scrap. So who knows what's in there? It's tasty. Same thing with like Scrapple. That's another PA thing. Just literally
You guys
by
are
the
weird
name.
down there.
Yeah. Who knows what they put into Scrapple? Absolutely.
Huh.
Like it's held together with some amount of cornmeal and it's pork stuff.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of pork in the first place. I don't know what it is, but like the only pork thing I would really want to eat is ham, mostly because it's so salty. I like salty foods, but I don't like bacon
Pork roll
because
is
I
very
find it
salty.
too fatty, but pork is weird to me.
Yeah.
Weird. Fair enough. Well, that was all of my topics that I had on here that I wanted to discuss. This is where I typically ask if other people have topics to discuss, either in chat, yourself, anything at all. You already asked me a couple questions, but I think that
I did.
I think I answered them succinctly and without going on a tangent.
Wow.
Did
Now
you have
you're
anything
calling
else
me
you
out.
wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I really wanted to get back into the difference between hyzer and anhyzer throws in disc golf for probably about 40 to 45 minutes. If can I trap you here like a genie and make you listen to disc golf terms for about the next hour and a half?
No, because I will use one of your wishes to unmake me. I will get out of existence just to avoid this.
Yeah.
Mr.
Weird, the stream just ended.
Mr. Barenips wants to know what color your cat is.
My cat, my VTuber cat is gray. I can change his color though. Like I can
But
become
don't you
Grumpy
have a
Cat.
real cat? Doesn't
Yes,
your
I
real
do.
cat run around?
I have gray. Yeah, I have gray tabbies. That I like.
You have more than one cat?
I do. I used to have 3. I have 2 now. One is her name is Peach. She's 4 years old. She is a medical
I've only ever
nightmare.
heard of Peach.
Yeah, and well, the other one is Bowser. It was Peach Mario Bowser. Now it's just Peach and Bowser. And Bowser is 16 now. Very old kitty.
So. Sounds very similar to another person I had on the podcast. Had a dog named Bowser, and the dog passed away recently as well. So
yeah,
maybe it's that age, the genre of when people call their pets after Nintendo animals.
After video game characters, yeah.
My birds are not named after video game characters. They're named by chat primarily.
Nice, excellent.
Don't let chat name your birds, your pets.
How old are your birds, and how long are they expected to continue being your friends?
Budgies
are they ever your friends?
Are living from 5 to 10 years, depending upon what you give them, how good they are raised, etc. Lovebirds can be 15 to 20 years, depending upon, again, how you feed them, all that sort of stuff. Charity is the oldest. He's about 5 years old now. JC is 2 or 3 years, and Banana is about 4. So Banana's getting on her old bird legs, and she's also terrified of everything. So I feel like she's not going to make it to 10. She's the one that
gets her own little cage, right? And
yes, because she's terrified of everything and would get bullied. Which is part of the reason I actually adopted her from the pet store for my previous budgie to have a companion, was because she was getting bullied at the pet store. So I wanted to, bring her into our flock so she wouldn't get bullied. And then immediately all the other birds bullied her. Yeah. So now she lives alone and doesn't get bullied.
Yeah. Peach immediately came into the cat household with two older cats. They were 12 at the time and just immediately bullied all of them.
That's crazy. Why do you have anonymous follows?
I stole that from somebody else. I really like the lurker community. I will usually call out and be like, hey, thank you for the follow, which, by the way, several follows during this stream. Thank you all so much. But I know some people just like want to come in and chill, and there's a lot of like follow pressure too, especially if like you know someone. So for example, would you feel some shame, Zam, if you weren't following me right now and you had to go and follow me, and I would have to like recognize and call you out?
No.
Have you ever been in that situation? Well,
No.
yeah, it sounds like you don't feel shame. I know that's
I
a barrier.
I don't know,
for some
Sharon.
people.
I can see how that could be a barrier, but my counter argument is people like to be called out. People like their name shared. People like being talked to a lot on Twitch.
Yeah.
I feel like Twitch is all about recognizing the chatters. Now, I understand that lurkers make Twitch go round, but I would much rather be motivated to talk to the people that are active in chat rather than people that are inactive in chat.
Right. So I think that's the difference between a follow and like first time chat. So it's like you follow and then if you don't say anything.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You try to bait people out with the fall like they
I don't care if they talk in chat at all. I just want to recognize that those people are here by name, and I want to thank them instead of being like, I don't know who you are. Thank you, random citizen.
No,
it feels so insincere.
Here's some behind the scenes though. Like I can see who's followed. So if then these people that have followed, I'm not going to call them out, want to then come and like first time chat, say hi or whatever, then I'll engage with them. But
I'm not engaging with them. If somebody were to follow me, like if Chengol came in and said, "Hey, here's a follow," I'd be like, "Thank you, Chengol," and that would be it. That would be the most I'm acknowledging Chengol. I'd be on to something else because not only do I know that people don't like to be talked to because I'm not the kind of guy that wants to have a conversation. I want to just lurk in the channels usually and beak out when I have time. I don't like to be enraptured in a conversation because a streamer wants to talk to me. But that's where I recognize that I'm not going to be like, oh, Chengol, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How did you find the stream? Where are you coming from? Do you like kids? Do you like cats? What's your opinion on eating aliens? Like that's too much. That's way too much. But it always feels nice to be like, hey, Sword, thank you for the follow, rather than thank you for the follow, random person. Even if you know who it is or isn't, people like to get recognized. Do you not like being recognized?
Sometimes no. You're talking to a person who has a cat VTuber avatar for anonymity, like anonymous purposes, right? Like, no, I wouldn't want to be like, hey, have you ever been recognized in public?
Yes.
As Zealous Sam streamer.
In Vegas. It was very awkward. Yeah. Because I was literally talking about how nobody knows.
That never happened to me.
Nobody knows who I am. I'm a complete stranger, and the guy on the fucking C train thing in Vegas turns around and says, I know exactly who you are. You're Zell Stam. And I was like, oh shit. Oh no. I know this guy. I don't remember his online name. He's also a streamer. Who is this guy? And then he introduced himself, and it was not as awkward there. But that's not like giving a follow.
No, but I think it's all within the same realm, though. I don't know. I think I like the idea of an honest follow.
I don't. I hate it. I think it's cowardice at its peak. I feel like not only is it an insult to people that are following, it's an insult to people who want to be known. You're isolating people for the sensitive people, and my problem with the sensitive people is I don't want sensitive people in my stream. I want people that are cool, calm, smart, able to handle my aggression. Like I don't want some silly Billy to be oh geez, Sam, don't talk to me because I don't like when you're loud. You're not gonna enjoy the stream. What are you doing? You want a stream full of people who never talk and are too shy to interact with you?
No, but I want people to be able to feel comfortable following.
And why? What does that matter? Just follow when you're offline. Easy.
And then when they feel comfortable chatting, then I try to make a point of engaging.
That'll take forever until. Oh my god, no! I'm never going to see things your way.
My growth is not very fast.
Yeah, because you're playing on hard mode and you're doing things that you like instead of things you should be doing. which is do you even have a robot that just comes in and says hi to everybody for the first time they talk in your stream every stream? Because that bothers me too.
Oh, that's only certain people. Really? Do you not like that? I like it. It plays little noises
I hate
and stuff.
I walk on noises is fine. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is like if I were to talk in your stream for the first time, your bot would be like, "Hi Zam, welcome to the stream. Lord Gloom might be playing ship game now and can't read. He values you a lot." And then say Raffle goes and types in stream and he goes, "Hi Raffle, welcome to stream. Lord Gloom." I hate automated responses. I also hate AI bots.
Oh, yeah, I will agree there. I don't.
Like Frosty Tools is the worst contraption a streamer could pick up in my professional opinion.
Let me go spy into the last couple things that you were doing and then like make some AI response. Yeah, I don't love that.
And it always sounds so terrible. It's canned. I hate it.
Yeah, I do the auto shout out things and customize them based on the people. So if there's other streamers that I know come in and support me, you'll probably get one of these for you at some point when I design it. But the first time you chat in my stream, it would auto shout you out, go follow Zealous Sam, and play a little sound bit.
Why?
Do you think that's too much? Because I like to support you for you supporting me. Really? Well, then I won't make one for you.
So the walk-on sounder is completely not the issue. That is great, especially for your community if you know the thing. I like it because the sound going off, I know who's coming in. So if I'm in a game that I'm focused on and somebody says something and I know their intro, easy, I know who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
But the paragraph of text of go check out this person, that's too much. And I'll explain why.
Okay.
Sign blindness. When you see so many of those shout outs coming through, you stop giving a damn. You tune it out as noise. Now you're filling your chat with noise. You're now making it annoying to be in your chat because now I have to ignore this block of text every time. It goes off every single time somebody comes in who's a streamer. I want to say like most people on Twitch are streamers. I want to say something dumb like 80% of people on Twitch are streamers. And if you had a paragraph every time somebody came in, it's unbearable to be in your stream because it's so much bot spam.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's my opinion. And now don't take that as like gospel where you go, Zam's right about streaming.
There's a middle ground to that, right? Where it's like I maybe I get rid of the text and just do the / shout out, which confers no text, and
that's a lot easier. I do it primarily on how I feel. Do I want Gloom to get the paragraph and the thing?
Yeah.
Then I will do it. I feel like having that personal touch, the awareness of when to do it means a lot more than spam that nobody will read. And then you're discouraging people from ever looking at those paragraphs again.
Yeah. I think you've convinced me to actually, I've been meaning to tune those up for a while. I may change that out.
Don't do it because I told you to. I'm just very opinionated on this sort of stuff because it bothers me.
No. I do. So I'm not introspective about a lot of things, but like tuning up the stream to be kind of one of the best possible places for the majority of people that I can be involved with is like kind of a big thing. I do like the walkout noises though. Those will probably always stay.
My only concern with those is if they get too long, as sometimes it can detract from things, right? I get it, but I still like it because it gives that respect that people want on Twitch, that you like them enough to give them a walk-on, or they did something to earn the walk-on, and that is completely different. Earning a blank copy-pasted paragraph doesn't feel good.
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
Anyways, that's my opinion on it. I have a lot of them. I can tell you how to be a better streamer. I thought about starting a stream team just so I could give streamers this kind of advice that I like, and only the people that join the stream team. I don't have time.
Yeah.
I would make a better manager than streamer, I tell you.
Yeah. I got some support very early on from some people in the Tarkov community, and like very good streamer advice. So like, I think a lot of my adaptations again come from the Tarkov stuff, which is not wholly, a lot of it's translatable to the rest of Twitch, but like not fully in a lot of cases because there's some weirdsies. But like the fun and the challenge is navigating some of this as well. It's like and experimenting and changing things up over time. Like I like You've given me a lot to think about. You've given me a lot to think about here today, Zam.
Well, if I were to give you with any parting advice, it would be very simply the game of Twitch is the game of not annoying your viewers. That is what it comes down to. You annoy people, they're not going to come back. It comes down to why mic quality is more important than visual. Audio comes over everything else. Jump scares, I find, is the extreme detriment because people do not like to get random, loud, scary noises. Maybe it's just me. But like, don't annoy your people and they'll come back. You annoy them, they're gone.
Yeah.
So
absolutely,
that's
once you lose somebody, you lose them for good. I mean, it's it's the same way in like communications, right? It's like if you spam out like an email list, they'll just unsubscribe from your email list, and then you'll never be able to contact them ever again. So like, yeah, it's just how it is.
So Bree commented saying, I like your cat VTuber model. I know a lot of people in chat like your model. Why did you go with that model, and how did you decide who to get it from?
Yeah, so my model artist is Venwick, and
they're in chat. They were in chat.
They were in chat, I think. Yeah. I think he rated me earlier, maybe. I'm not sure. He rates me a lot. But anyways, he is he made his own avatar. And he was willing to work with me while I slowly transitioned, right? Like I did everything myself. I enjoyed the challenge of making like a very well animated PingTuber, but it still had limitations. I knew I didn't want to invest the skill set into doing that. I networked with him through a bunch of different avenues and was able to, basically commission him out to translate what I had. And I was just blown away with like the first initial things, like how emotive like the eyes can be. Like sorry, I'm going to change so I look at my phone. Like if I open my eyes, they become really wide. And if I close them down, they start like going in. Like these are all like weird like toggles, and like truly a magician about making some of this stuff. Like we can like puff out the cheeks on my avatar when I puff out my cheeks, and I think that does a lot for translating that. And it was kind of the personal touch of when you go with somebody instead of like one of these like mass produced like model shops, like you can get the back and forth. And like we've tweaked the model over the past 9 months or however long.
Interesting. Nap, you'll probably need to get in contact with Venwick about the animation. I can't answer that. I doubt Gloom can answer whether they can do animations for you. But that was Venwick, guys. If you like that sort of a thing, Venwick, apparently good artist. I actually really like your cat VTuber. I hated your previous PingTuber. I hate PingTubers entirely in the first place, but that's a side conversation I could have for a million years.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I know I've talked your ear off. This is, again, one of the longer ones. Usually the podcast only goes for like 2 hours. This has been 3 hours.
Yeah.
So is there anything
easy to chat and yap with you? And,
yes.
And I can fill time, as you know, with you can just cut out all the parts where I change tangents. And
no. So what I do is I put it up in its entirety without a lot of editing, because I don't have time to edit every single one of these episodes. Plus, I think that people really would like to see the whole unedited, unfiltered version. I put it out as its whole thing.
I was mostly just joking. It would drop to like a 30-minute episode if I stayed on target the whole time.
Is there anything you want to shout out for a big stream or big event that's coming out?
Big stream or big events coming out? Not really. I mean, I know this was my opportunity.
No, so here's another big piece of advice as a streamer to streamer. Always have something big on the horizon, something you can hype up. have some sort of stream where people are going to be excited. Like I am doing a streamer studio, so I can shout out to people that, hey, maybe we get some special basement developing streams coming up. That's something
Nice.
cool and neat. And so people will be excited and they'll be like, oh, something cool. So always have something cool to build that hype, to make people think that maybe you aren't lazy and aren't doing things on your stream like I am. And then they'll be excited instead of being, this man's lazy.
Exciting. Yeah. Now, I will say every Sundays are super consistent for me. Pretty much every single Sunday, you can find me in the morning crew. We do some variety there. Anything from cooking. I usually try to do, I haven't done it in a while, but cooking occasionally, lots of gaming. That's really the most consistent anchor point for me. And then I've been playing Wednesdays as our co-op slop games, as you like to say, but I think they're fun little cozy get-togethers with friends where we all play games together and you hate them and then it's fine, but I love them. And then I've been doing a lot of Monday and Friday streams of again, more collaborative streams playing No Rest for the Wicked. So
okay,
that's
well, there you guys go.
Going on.
Go check out Lord Gloom if you haven't already. I appreciate you coming on. Always a pleasure to have anybody come on as guests, and I'm sure I'll get to talk to you again in the future. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yep. Thanks.
I hate that wave. Are you gonna keep streaming after this?
This is a button. I am not. This is way past.
I was gonna raid into you. Curses.
I think. Yeah.
All right.
You want to raid somewhere together? We'll plan that out.
I can find somebody to raid. You know, going from artist to artist, we could do that. We could look at Moko. I feel like the artist to artist would be great, especially with well, not artist, but like, I feel like raiding an artist would be a good time since we just finished talking about them. Have you met Maple Cat Art?
Maybe. It sounds familiar.
They're a cat. Well, they're not a cat. They're not a VTuber. You'd probably enjoy them.
Okay. Yeah. It has the word cat in the name. That's good enough for me.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I got him. I nailed him. I knew his personality.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We got him. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Right, thank you. Awesome.
I'm going to go tell everybody what's going on with my stream and end it. All right. And then I'll see you over at Maple Cat Art.
All right. Yep. Sounds good. All right. Later.
Okay, bye. How do I hang up on him again?